Rogers TV. I am your host, Jaci Solomon. Tonight, the London Nationals will face off against the Leamington Flyers. The Flyers, coming off of a loss on Sunday against the Sarnia Legionnaires, drops them down to third place. London still standing strong in first place, up 8 points on the Leamington Flyers. Tonight's game should be a good test to how the standings are. Last time Leamington and London faced off, Leamington walked away with a victory. And tonight's game should fuel a season's rivalry, and we're very excited for the game tonight as we go ahead and send it up to Kyle and Jeremy.
Thanks, JC. And as you just said there, Leamington coming in stunned after being down by the Sarnia Legionnaires. London, on the other hand, rolling high, 7-game win streak coming in here. Going to be a very interesting lineup for them tonight, especially one player in particular adding to the London Nationals lineup.
Absolutely. The call-up of Ryan Rubrick, the 15-year-old playing for the London Junior Knights. Again, this guy, a call-up, he's going to be special. He's projected to go #1 in the Ontario Hockey League in the upcoming draft, so he's going to be a big body here tonight, so I expect him to really provide a heavy presence in this Nationals lineup tonight.
You can see his numbers right now with the Junior Knights right now. 9 games, 24 points, 17 of those goals. He has a dynamic ability to put the puck in the net. Expect to see him get a lot of ice time tonight with the Nationals. Looks like he could be playing on the second line with Jacob Julian and most likely Ryland Bowers.
Absolutely, and what a line to be on. You got a guy like Ryland Bowers who's not afraid to go into the corners and get the puck. And a guy like Rubrick, he's going to be a shooter. He's going to want to get into the right lanes. And again, he's putting up a point per game average of 2.25. So especially playing at that level, this is going to be a really good, interesting look here tonight when he's playing against guys that are 2-3 years older than him. So it's really going to be a good interest to see how well he performs.
Big test as well as they are going up against the Leamington Flyers. As you look at the goaltenders in the net tonight, familiar face for London Nationals fans, Bryce Walkarius in net for the Leamington Flyers, Aiden Barry holding it down for the Nationals.
Absolutely. You mentioned Walkarius, a former London National, a former Chatham Maroon, a former St. Mary's Lincoln goaltender. He's been around this league quite a lot, and he's put up good numbers so far for Leamington. And then Mr. Consistency, Aiden Barry in net for London. So these two goaltenders know each other very well in this league, so this is, again, going to be another good goaltending matchup between the first seed in London and the third seed in Leamington.
Another key thing to keep an eye out for tonight, Sam O'Reilly has been absolutely on fire. The best goal scorer in the league right now. 10-game goal streak right now. It's been unbelievable. As you can see there, the record is 12 games, and he is closing in on that streak as we get going game after game.
Absolutely. He's just a guy that, again, finds the right lane. When he's able to get the puck, he knows what to do with it. He's not trying to be overly patient. He's a guy that likes to get that shot off as quick as he can. And again, that goal streak just shows you how much of a prolific shooter he is that most teams can't really stop. So, again, for O'Reilly, looking forward to see how he can fare against this Leamington offense here.
And the last other person to keep an eye out for, Riley Wood, 17-point streak right now. Has not missed a game this season without a point. Sent down to ice level for our opening ceremonies.
Welcome to the Western Fair District Sports Center for tonight's GOJ Gel contest between the visiting Leamington Flyers and your London Nationals. Prior to tonight's performance of the national anthem, the London Nationals wish to acknowledge the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, Lenapewa, and Onondaga peoples whose traditional lands we are gathered upon this evening. Fans, will you now please stand if you are able, remove your hats, and join Candace Burgo in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh
And a packed house here at the Western Fair Sports Center. But before we get to the opening puck drop, we take a look at our keys to the game.
Tonight's keys to the game brought to you by Paul Salvador Masonry. For Leamington, it is score in bunches. Leamington has scored within the first 4 minutes of each of their last 4 games, but have only won one of those contests. If they're going to score first, they have to continue to pour on the pressure. In their last matchup versus the Nationals, they were up 6-0 after 40 minutes, and they were able to close that game out with an 8-3 victory. And for the London Nationals, it is discipline. London was short-handed 9 times against Chatham on Sunday, and both of Chatham's goals were on the power play. Last time London played Leamington, they were able to score 2 power play goals as well. So Leamington currently sitting 4th in the West on power play. They have the best penalty kill in the Western Conference, so it is best not to get into a special teams battle with the Leamington Flyers.
Absolutely. Last time these two teams played, by the way, the last time the London Nationals lost the game. And the play starts off. Nationals get the puck, send it into the Leamington zone, and it'll be grabbed up by Walkarius, and he'll hang on. It looked like there was a bit of a collision right at the blue line. It looked like McPherson ended up running into the linesman.
Yeah, one of those unfortunate situations there for a linesman where he's kind of caught in with a rock and a hard place where he runs into a player, but nonetheless, he's up and good for the wear.
And puck gets just to the blue line and crosses. O'Reilly tries to keep it in, but is unsuccessful. Another interesting note for the Nationals tonight, 4 defensemen dressed for tonight's roster, 13 forwards, so not even rolling with a full team. Only 17 players on the bench. Puck will be brought out by Clark. He'll send in the offensive zone. Barry tries to go for it, but going a little too fast for him. Taves will throw it down in the corner, picked up by McGowan, and he'll turn it back the other way as here come the Nationals. O'Reilly across the blue line. He takes a shot while Walkarius easily deflects it into the corner. A little bit of a second guesswork at the blue line by Wood. Brought over. Riley Wood walks in, takes a shot, just puts it over the corner. O'Reilly, he takes another shot just from the half wall, goes right to the bread basket of Walkarius.
And once again, this top line for the Nationals providing the offensive opportunities. Again, Jacob Julian, a good job right at the blue line, making that little inside-out move, finding Riley Wood on the open near side here. He takes that shot. He just missed over top on the blocker side of Walkarius.
Rubrick getting his first line out there now. Out there alongside Palmer and Rylan Bowers. Puck gets flipped out. Nice little tip play. Carries into the offensive zone. Grunder, he's in there. He gets knocked off the puck. Picked up the wall now by Rubrick. Breakout pass into the middle onto Bowers. Bowers walks in. He takes a shot. Take the side. Another shot on the rebound. That one goes wide again. Hagee pinches in. Tries to keep the puck on side. Kept in by Palmer at the blue line. Behind the net, Hagee comes down. Pace Roth comes down, plays it. Bow for it out front. Big hit thrown right out front of the Leamington net by Palmer. Picked up by Hagee. Cross ice to Pace Roth. Pace Roth pass over to Rubrick. Rubrick cross the blue line. He's just going to wait for some support. As he goes off for a change. Thompson in there with Milne. Foul down in the corner. Milne pins his man. Leamington gets the first support in there. Taves will throw it around the boards. Kept in. Down on the wall. French tries to put it out front. Can't get it on the stick of Thompson. Thompson with the puck now. He spins and fires. That one just flies wide. McGowan to the blue line. Down low. Tries to hit a streaking Thompson, but that gets deflected out of play. And we'll have a new face-off in the Leamington zone.
The Nationals doing a good job of moving the puck around as the puck went back to Owen McGowan, and he had Thompson here again on the near side trying that tip play to get it towards the front of the net. So again, Owen McGowan showing his creativity on the offensive side of the puck.
Play down low. Thompson throws a big hit against the wall. McKinnon will pick it up and just throw it back in the corner. Up to McPherson. Huge hit thrown by Milne. Flyers get it across the blue line. McGowan, he pins his man against the boards. Waits for some support. Leamington's first on it. Picked up by McPherson. Sent around, up to the blue line. Can't be held in by Taves. As the puck will be sent down the entire length of the ice. Nationals go off for a change. A little bit of miscommunication behind the Flyers bench. Duarte gets in there. He misses his pass over to Jackson Bunker. Played now, Sam O'Reilly. Nationals running O'Reilly on the back end right now. Another hit, just stands him up. Solid hit by Heggie. Tage from a far distance. Clark will keep it in the offensive zone for the Flyers. Another backhand chance, and that will get whistled down for a high stick.
Again, we're going to take a look at the hit here, the physicality here on the Wednesday night as Milne goes right into the shoulder, takes out the Leamington defender, and that one's going to be a hit that's got to hurt if you're Leamington. I mean, it's right kind of on the inside part of the shoulder, a completely clean hit. And again, Milne showing his physical presence here on a Wednesday night.
Absolutely not too surprising. Milne has been a pretty much a force for the Nationals on the physical side of the game. Walking in, bouncing rebound, goes right out front, almost ends up on the stick of Bosev. Puck rimmed around the boards. Picked up by Dundas. He tries to clear, but gets pinned against the wall. Aggie to O'Reilly. Drifts up the wall, can't quite be cleared by Duarte. Bunker in for support. Bunker, long pass, just out of the reach of Dundas, and will go for icing.
A good vision there by Bunker as he saw Dundas going way down to the opposite blue line, and he was just unable to stretch out and get a stick on that as the icing is called. Again, I like the fact that London's trying to stretch the puck so far in this game. They're trying to find those open lanes. They've done that so far, but an unfortunate bounce on that play for Dundas, not able to get that puck controlled.
Leamington tries to get a quick shot. That gets blocked. McPherson will put it back up to the blue line. McKibben keeps it in. McKibben again takes another shot. That one just flies wide of Barry. Nationals try to clear the puck. Kept in at the blue line. O'Reilly behind the net. Moves the puck, gets up the wall, kept in by Connor McPherson. Back to McKibben. Cross ice pass, another shot from distance. That gets deflected out front. Barry couldn't see it. Picked up now, McPherson across the blue line. He gets knocked down on the ice. Puck gets brought out. Wood takes a hit, but across the blue line comes Heggie. Heggie takes a shot, catches Walkarius up high. He had Julian heading right down the middle, but couldn't see a lane.
A good shot on that as we get a shot of Sam O'Reilly, who is currently on an insane goal streak, but tonight he's taking a defensive shift. So willing to do anything it takes on this Nationals roster, and Sam O'Reilly being on the back end, not afraid to show the offensive side. Again, that goal streak he's currently on, but tonight taking a shift on the defensive side of the puck here so far.
Puck goes right out front. Wood tries to get it on net. But the Flyers defense keeps him to the outside. Off on the blue line by McGowan. Drop back out on the neutral ice. Cross ice pass from Pace Rock. Grunder will pick it up and he'll move it into the offensive zone. Up to Wood along the wall. He gets his pocket picked. McGowan will steal it right back for the Nationals. Over to Pace Rock. Across the blue line comes Wood. Hit taken right along the wall. Kept in at the blue line. Shot from distance. Ends up right in the glove of Walkarius, and he hangs on for the whistle.
Good early stop there by Walkarius as shots currently read 4-2 in favor of the Nationals. We haven't really had any clear goal scoring opportunities yet in this game besides the Riley Wood opportunity here on the near side. But again, they send the second unit out there with Thompson and Milne. Pardon me, that's the third line out there with French as well.
And Nationals just rolling a bunch of the players through the lineup. They do have the 13 forwards, so we're going to see a lot of mixing, matching as we get throughout this game. Puck gets tipped up, brought back out right at the blue line by Sigmund. He takes a shot. That one blocked away by Barry. Sigmund now behind the net. Puts it up to the point. Another shot from distance, finds its way in. Gets tipped out front. Cody Brecky puts it in off a beautiful tip.
And once again, just a shot through from the point ends up getting deflected by Brecky. And this one, again, works back. They work it back to the point. You can see Brecky with just that last second change of the angle, change of the stick, and he's able to fool Aiden Barry on that blocker's side. And Leamington, again, we talked about it off the top in the keys of the game. Inside that first 5 minutes, they have scored first. It's been 6 minutes, but they have that first goal.
Brecky, his 5th goal of the season, and things could go from bad to worse here for the Nationals as they are going to head to the penalty box. Interference on the call as Owen McKinnon heads to the box.
The Nationals must not have been listening to our keys of the game. We talked about how in that first 5 minutes, Leamington has gotten the first goal in those contests, and then for London it was to try to stay out of the box. And right off that draw, they take an interference call. And again, with a 4th-ranked power play, the Leamington Flyers, you don't want to get caught in a special teams game, and they've done that here with their first penalty.
See how the Nationals can respond here. The Nationals penalty kill not so bad though, 83% on the season, and has proven very aggressive on the penalty kill, including 2 shorthanded goals on their last game. Jacob Julian draws a penalty. He'll collect the puck, tries to get over to Milne right in the front of the net. Milne gets thrown harder to the boards, and the Flyers will touch up, and we'll have a bit of 4-on-4 hockey here for 1:34.
And again, the offensive creativity of Jacob Julian here, shorthanded. He's trying to get around his man in McPherson, and McPherson does the old hook into the ribs, and that'll be a 2-minute call all day long. And so Leamington had their power play. It's been taken away by the speed of Jacob Julian, and now we get some more open ice here, 4-on-4, something that I'm sure the Nationals will certainly love to have, which is more open ice.
Absolutely, yeah, that's the thing Jacob Julian has done great all season long on the penalty kill, is forcing the power plays defense to make mistakes. Julian, the face-off dot, scrums it, ends up going to the Flyers. Puck we picked up behind the net by Taves. Breakout pass set the wall. Here comes Reed across the blue line. Full head of steam, breaks around Haggy, puts it on net. Barry makes the save. Nationals gonna reset. Haggy up the wall to Julian. Cross ice pass to Haggy. Pass goes a long distance. Haggy will carry it across the blue line. Flyers going 3 men, just waiting on the blue line for the Nationals to attack. Wood can't handle the puck. Stolen back by the Flyers. Clark tries to make a move. Nice defensive play by Julian. Long pass ends up just outside of the reach of Wood, and now we'll go for icing.
Riley Wood not able to touch on that puck. And again, O'Reilly on defense. JC was able to pass along this information to us that up until 2 years ago, Sam O'Reilly was actually a defenseman on the regular. So this year, in the last 2 years, he's been a forward, scoring lots of goals, but the majority of his hockey career, he's actually been a defenseman. So this is something that he's quite used to.
Wood down there, tries to make a play, gets pushed off the puck. Good thing that he has the experience there. The Nationals always looking for some added help on the back end. Rylan Bowers tries to throw a hit, just walks it off to Sigmund. Sigmund down low, puts it right to the blue line. Tapped in. Piccolo plays it into the corner. McPherson back to Piccolo. Nice stick work by Bowers, but Piccolo managed to stay on top. O'Reilly throws a big hit. Ends up on the back on the stick of O'Reilly. 23-second power play now here for the Nationals. McGowan across the blue line. Gets it to Bowers. Back to McGowan. He'll set it cross ice. Another pass. Beautiful shot right up front. Can't quite get it on net on the rebound. Walt Carius makes a stellar save. Scarlett can't get a hold of the puck. Stolen by Palmer as he'll try to get the Nationals back on the offensive foot. Head up, head up. Breaking out is McGowan. He tries to try to avoid one of the Flyers defenders. In Grunder. Puck sent back behind the net. McCriven, he tries to play it around. Still keeps on the stick of the Flyers. They try to break out finally. Get up to the blue line. Does clear the zone. Leamington across the blue line, held up just long enough to force the offside. Cotter not too happy with the call. That's a couple extra words for the ref as he skates by.
Yeah, Cotter with a few choice words there for the official, but the official had it right on that play as he was just over a stride offside on that play as we are just approaching the halfway mark here in this first period with Leamington having a 1-0 lead.
Picked up by McGowan. McGowan tip pass up to Dundas, who just gets it across the blue line. Quickly turned back the other way. Here come the Flyers. Bosset. Bosset behind the net. He puts it up. Played along the walls. Burke. And Summerin. He gets hit into the board. Still maintains possession. Puts it right to the top of the circle. Another shot. Loose puck. Empty net. Barry dives over and gets a pad on it, still out of his net. Flyers can't capitalize. Back up to the wall, Duarte. He takes a couple hits, still trying to stay on top of it, gets a bit of support. Flyers will come away with the puck. Walking in, shot right from the point, loose puck, still wide open chance, and the Flyers can't put it away. Barry flopping all over his crease, but managed to keep the puck out. And the puck thrown a little too hard around the boards and will clear the whole zone as both teams go for changes. A lot of momentum now on the side of the Flyers. Nice to move here by Reed as he gets across the blue line. Picked up, brought out by Brecky. Brecky stolen off his stick, trying to get the home run pass, sent the other way. Bounce pass off the wall. Gets to the red line, picked up by Sigmund. He sends it over to Mayheed, back to Sigmund. Puck gets sent down into the offensive zone for the Flyers. Behind the net, Reed avoids the hit, still maintains possession. Puts it up the wall. Sigmund, he takes a shot, sends it through traffic, ends up on the stick of Milne as he tries to clear the zone. Milne fights off his hit, and we're going to see a penalty coming here behind the play as the Nationals will take another penalty.
And it's going to go to Sam O'Reilly on this play. I was watching it develop down here in the near corner boards as O'Reilly was getting into it there with McKibben as he didn't exactly like being taken along the boards, and O'Reilly gave the retaliatory slash, so he'll go sit for 2 minutes or less. And again, that's now the second penalty that London has taken in this period. And once again, Leamington will go to the power plays. They still need to get another forward on the ice. They only currently got 4 players.
Bit of an undisciplined play, unfortunately, there as the Nationals were breaking a breakout the other way and had an offensive opportunity coming. And that now gets turned around into a power play for the Flyers. Piccolo sends it back to the blue line. Flyers will hold on to the puck. Sent down, just misses the stick of Reed. Nationals will try, clear it out, and will. Puck with sent down the length of the ice while Carius comes out to play it. Gives it up as Ryan McPherson will bring it out. Across the blue line, over to Reed. McPherson back to Reed, bit of pitch and catch between the two. Ends up between the legs of Reed, down into the corner by Baraki. Played off, nice work by Sanavy. Good hustle, gets the puck down the length of the ice, kills off a little more time. Julian, the lone attacker as always, comes in, beautiful steal, gets it over to Thompson. Thompson fakes the shot, and he'll just cycle back, gets it over to Julian. And Julian will just throw it down the length of the ice, gets it back to Curtis Heggie in the national zone as they kill more time on the clock. Across the blue line, Thompson, a little too slow, but makes a nice move to get around his man. Thompson walks in, takes a shot, and that one just goes over the head of Walkarius.
And once again, we'll take a look at the penalty that Sam O'Reilly got on this play. Again, you talked about how London was going up the ice. You can see it here. Thompson makes the hit, couple of stick plays, and you can see he's getting physical, and he didn't like that shot there. And see, he gets a little bit physical there with the Leamington player there and Hayden Reed, and then right there you can see the official puts the armor up right away on that retaliatory slash. He was letting it go for the most part, but once that slash came into play, he had to make that call.
And so the Flyers will try to break out of their own zone. Cross the blue line. Down in the corner, sent around, Van Summeren. He gets pinned against the wall, picks up the puck again. He gets knocked down. Milne just wide open in the slot. Has an easy chance to throw it down the length of the ice. 18 seconds left here in the power play. Shots 9-5 in favor of the Flyers. 1-0 is your score. And the Flyers get it into the offensive zone, but just a stride offside. And linesman quick to come down to the action, as it's no secret that these two teams have a bit of a history between each other.
Absolutely. I mean, for the longest time, these two teams were always the number 1 and number 2 seed in the Western Conference, and these two teams would always flip-flop in the regular season. But again, a loss suffered on Sunday by the Leamington Flyers to the Sarnia Legionnaires now has them currently in the 3rd position in the Western Conference. So Leamington out here for revenge, trying to pick that 2nd seed back up.
Now, this is a big 2 points on the line here for the Flyers if they can take down the Nationals tonight, but still a lot of time to go. Vince just walks in. Van Summeren just takes a nice shot, held on to by Barry. As our first period, as always, brought to you by J&F Concrete and Ready Mix.
And you talked about how Leamington has seemed to take over this game here in this first period. Shots now read 10-5 in favor of the Flyers there. Starting to throw some more rubber onto the net towards Aiden Barry, and Barry's having to come up strong. He's had to do a lot of work around his blue paint so far in this first period, having to do a lot of flopping, like you mentioned, trying to keep that puck out of the net.
Walks out, big shot right off the face-off by Van Summeren. And he'll pick up the puck up behind the net. McGowan throws the body, but Van Summeren just uses his size to his advantage. Stolen off his stick by Palmer, though. Palmer across the blue line. Tries to get the puck back to Rubrick behind the net. Does. Rubrick tries to put it out front to Bowers, but that gets stolen by the Flyers. Puck sent down the length of the ice. Nationals get a better chance to move out. Rubrick, nice pass cross ice. Gets in the offensive zone. Here comes Bowers. Bowers, he gets knocked down on the play. And cycle back the other way. Here come the Flyers, full head of speed. Across the blue line is Cotter, but just a bit offside is Piccolo.
And you can see the Flyers are trying to take advantage of London when they get into the offensive zone. They seem to, when they lose the puck, the Flyers are right away on it with speed. They get down into the neutral zone as fast as they can on their breakout play. And once again on that, they are unfortunately, again, stride offside. And so Leamington trying to get into the offensive zone here.
Taves makes a nice play to get the puck into the offensive zone off the face-off win. Back to the blue line. On the stick of Taves. He takes a shot. That hits a leg by a French out front. Picked up by Milne. Milne, cross-ice pass. Tries to get into French. That hits off a leg of McPherson. French tries to follow up. Ends up over-skating the puck. Comes up to the blue line and out. Connor McPherson across the blue line. He takes a shot. Ends up easily going right onto the pads of Barry. French across the blue line. He gets stopped up. Puck gets sent into the air. And we picked up a huge hit right along the boards. A bit of an extra shove after the fact as the Flyers will pick the puck in their own zone. Piccolo tries to clear it. Stopped at the blue line by Julian. Julian throws a huge hit right after the play. As the physicality starting to pick up more and more as we get into this first period.
Well, again, we talked about Milne bringing the physicality. You can see the hit right in front of the Leamington bench. As once again, Milne providing the physical presence. He gets in there, makes the hit, and then he takes his man down. And the Leamington Flyers player didn't like the fact that he got taken down that way. But nonetheless, London's showing their physicality here early on in this first period.
Nationals hoping they can transfer some of that into some more offense, because they haven't really had too much offensive time throughout this first period. At the blue line, Grunder tries to get a hold of it. Just too slow to get to the puck. Across the blue line come the Nationals. Right out front, Wood can't get a stick on it. Sent out the boards. He turned back the other way by the Flyers. Big hit thrown again by Julian. Stolen back across the blue line, coming right off the bench. Another hit thrown, this time by McKinnon. O'Reilly, drop pass for Julian. Julian cross ice to McKinnon. McKinnon puts it right up the gut to Wood as he'll just dump it into the Leamington end. Shots now 11-5 in favor of Leamington. As they'll break out 2-on-1 potential here. Walks in, takes a shot. Barry, nice blocker save. Right out front, all alone, another save. Back-to-back huge saves by Aiden Barry. Brecky, another shot, kicked aside by Barry again. Clark keeps it in, over to Reed. Brecky, he takes a shot. That blocked aside. Reed now, back into the slot. Brecky can't get a shot off, and that gets deflected down. Another penalty coming here, this time to the Flyers. Cross-checking is the call, so the Nationals will get their first power play opportunity of the game, and it couldn't come at a more opportune moment.
And you can see here the Flyers were buzzing in the offensive zone. A bit of a break there for the Flyers as once again Aiden Barry comes up tall in the net, comes out aggressive, makes those two key saves here late in this first period as we have roughly 3 minutes to go here in London, having a full 2-minute power play to see if they can get on the board here and maybe have this game tied at 1 heading into the first.
McGowan over to O'Reilly. O'Reilly takes a shot, just puts it just over the corner. Beautiful opportunity right at the blue line. Kept in by Bowers. Bowers bats the puck out of mid-air as they maintain possession. O'Reilly puts it down low, just off the stick of Bowers. Puck goes back the other way, over to McGowan. McGowan tries to push into the offensive zone. Another run-in as O'Reilly's getting a couple workovers right at the blue line by McGribbon. Long pass, that one gets a bit errant as it gets sent into the national zone. Barry, back pass over to McGowan. McGowan, a bad pass, ends up right on the stick of Piccolo. As Piccolo goes out and just dumps it back into the national zone. Onto the stick of McGowan, across the blue line. Tries to put it off a leg. Piccolo will pick it up and he'll send it back down into the Nationals territory. Nick Pearson. Pick up now across the blue line comes Pace Roth. Back to the blue line. McGowan. Still 30 seconds left here in the power play. Nationals get their first opportunity to actually set up. Down low over to Pace Roth. Pace Roth waits. Doesn't like his shot opportunity. Tries to put it back down low. Quickly turned and sent back down the other way. As we said, Jeremy, at the beginning of the game, the penalty kill for the Flyers is very dynamite and is just stellar this year. 90%. One of the hardest penalty kills to crack in the league. Picked up back to the blue line. Pace Roth doesn't like his shot. Another shot this time by Sanofi. Overreaches. Bit of a foot race here. 2-on-1 now. Right out front. Great defensive play by Pace Roth as he almost got beat on the play. Back the other way. Another penalty coming here again to the Flyers. Brecky gets out of the box and he's going to head right back in for a slash.
What looked like to be a great offensive opportunity here as we'll take a look at it. As this is great defensive work by Pace Roth. He gets outbeat, but then just the stick work. He's able to do the stick lift. He's able to gain possession of the puck and then takes a slash for his efforts. And once again, with a minute to go here in period number 1, the Nationals will go back to the power play. And I'm sure that head coach Dave Matzos is looking to see his power play group try to adjust to the #1 rated penalty kill in the Leamington Flyers here, as Leamington does a great job of setting up their box and not allowing any real open opportunities.
Walks in, cross-ice pass over to Julian. Julian puts it right out front. Gets taken down hard right in front of the net. And another penalty coming here to the Flyers. And Walkarius checking in on it as Wood goes down hard on that play. Heading to the box is Santa Martiero.
And just a bit of an awkward play right out in front as Wood falls awkwardly on the play. And we're having a conversation right around center ice as the two officials are gathering to see the severity of this call.
Ref comes over, gonna have a bit of a word.
Now, are they discussing a potential slew foot here? This is maybe one of those situations where Wood fell down awkwardly, so we're seeing a conversation between McGowan and McPherson. So obviously the call has been made, so it's a 4-minute call on this play. And again, Bryce Walcari is, great sportsmanship, checking on Wood, making sure he's okay, and then also having a conversation with the official just to see what's going on here, to see what's going to be here. And a 5-on-3 here for a full 1 minute and 41 seconds. As again, we're going to take a look out in front, and it looks like a stick might have gotten in behind Wood on that play. Again, an awkward fall for him, so hopefully he can return into the game. But with 45 seconds left, this is a key opportunity here for the Nationals, as again, the Flyers coaching staff getting the explanation from the officials on that play. As again, it happened right out in front of Walcarius, and again, with an awkward fall like that and the official down low in the corner, he's able to watch that play develop. And so it's a 4-minute variety. I'm sure that the Leamington head coach is upset about it, but he's just getting the proper explanation, as now Dave Matsos is going to get the same explanation as well about this play. So it's 4 minutes, and again, it's a 5-on-3, so a big key power play here for the Nationals, who currently they are 28% on their power play, and again, Leamington #1. And this is a big kill for them here to try to end period #1.
The Nationals can get at least one here in the last 45 seconds. It's a lot of momentum built up going into the second. Face off one quickly by the Flyers, gets to the blue line and out, but McGowan stops him from going any farther. Across the blue line comes O'Reilly. Back to McGowan. Down low again to Julian. Back to McGowan. Back to O'Reilly. McGowan again. He takes a shot. That one just goes wide. Backhand pass goes right through the slot. No one there to hold on to it. O'Reilly now. Back to McGowan. McGowan punts it right out front. Julian tries to get a little tip, but right out onto Sanovi's stick. Riley takes another shot. That one just goes wide. Gets off the glove of Walcarius. Down low again, bouncing puck just over the blade of O'Reilly, and that will do it for the period. As a very physical start to this contest, but the Flyers managed to pot one and will head into the first intermission up 1-0. But the Nationals will come back up on a 2-man advantage to start the second period. You are watching the London Brewing Co-op London Nationals hockey here on Rogers TV. We'll be back with the first intermission after this.
Fans, it's the end of the first period of play. It's the Leamington Flyers 1, the old London Nationals no score.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details. Watching hockey just got a power play with NHL Center Ice and Super Sports Pack. With up to 37 out-of-market NHL games a week, you'll always catch your favorite team no matter where you live. Whether it's big matchups you're looking for or following your top fantasy picks, it's all here. NHL Center Ice, part of the Rogers Super Sports Pack. All this for only $35.95 a month. Say Super Sports Pack into your voice remote to order.
It was our 35th anniversary. To celebrate, we were on our way to Mama Rosie's, where we had our first date. That's when we heard coming from the radio. So we stopped and listened. It helped us get to safety. So when I think of our anniversary, because now we have even more to celebrate.
You're watching Rogers TV, London.
Welcome back, fans. I'm here with Gabe Piccolo, captain of the Flyers. Gabe, Halloween was this past Monday. What is your favorite Halloween candy?
I'd probably have to say I'm a chocolate guy, so Aero Bar is probably my favorite. So I'd usually go for the Aero Bars first when I go in the box, but I like any kind of candy, really. I'm not too picky, so whatever I see, I usually grab.
So you guys had a 2-hour bus ride to London here tonight. What do you do in warm-up to kind of get your team pumped up, those legs moving, ready to go for tonight's game?
We always start off kicking a soccer ball around, get the legs warming up, and then we usually get into 2 lines, get our legs moving, heart pumping, and then just some dynamic stretching, nothing too crazy. And then some players, if they want to do their own individual things, they can go off and do it. And yeah, other than that, listen to music, just try and get focused on the game and prepare for what we have to do.
Right, you guys are up 1-0 going into the third period. What makes London one of your great rivals?
Well, ever since I've played with Leamington, it's always been Leamington, London, top 2 teams in the standings every year. So it's always a good back and forth game, rough, aggressive, lots of goals. So just, I think, trying to battle for the first place, whoever wants it more, it's always a good game. So I'd say that's probably what it is.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Gabe. We'll be right back with more London Nationals hockey and London Brewing Co-op right after this.
My name is Matthew Rutledge. I'm a 60 scoop survivor, born in Red Lake. Was adopted from there to Toronto at the age of 4. A lot of our brothers and sisters, family members got separated from each other. That was the government's goal, to break that connection from brothers and sisters. Basically taking the Indian out of the child. Right now, they're still trying to find themselves. Originally, my birth name is Harvey Halverson. In my high school days, teens, I was trying to fit into society. I knew I was First Nations, but I didn't know who I was inside. I think later in life, I started that journey. I am proud, Anishinaabe man, who I am now. I love life, who I am.
Flooding is causing widespread devastation in Pakistan. More than 1,000 people have died. 1/3 of the country is underwater, and 6 million people are in need of emergency assistance. The humanitarian coalition is responding to the crisis in Pakistan. You can help. Donate today at together.ca, and your donation will be matched by the Canadian government. That's together.ca, the humanitarian coalition. Together, saving more lives.
Watch Play and Win every Monday at 8 p.m. with Optimus TV Bingo on Rogers TV. Cards are available at multiple London locations and are good for all 3 games. Weekly jackpots total $3,000. Welcome back here to the Western Fair Sports Center. After 20 minutes play, the Leamington Flyers leading the London Nationals by a score of 1-0 in a basically what we expected out of this contest. 2 teams butting heads, and just one gets a lucky break off a tip.
Absolutely. I mean, these 2 teams, we've seen them for seasons on end, always being in the top 2 in the Western Conference. So not surprising we're seeing a tight scoring game, a physical game here in this first period of play. And once again, it's going to be a battle of the goaltenders. Bryce Walkarius looking sharp so far, and Aiden Barry only allowing the 1 goal, but he's had to stand on his head early on in this game.
Speaking about that 1 goal that we saw, just a beautiful play down low. Nice shot out front from the blue line. Comes in, and just a great tip by Brecky right in front of the net. Ends up finding its way past Barry.
Absolutely, and that's one thing that you want to see more is the activation of your defense on the offensive side of the puck. They get it back towards their defense. They're able to get it back there. Brecky gets his 5th with Mayhe and Sigmund getting the assist. Again, shots currently 15-6, so Leamington getting a lot of rubber towards the net of Aiden Barry, and he's had to stand tall so far. But again, activating your D key crucial to get offense going, and that's exactly what Leamington has done so far.
Not too surprising, the Barry seeing a lot of work in that first period. Getting a couple of power plays early for the Flyers, and just a lot of the momentum ending up in the national zone. Aiden Barry, though, standing on his head.
Absolutely. Barry's going to be a goaltender that's going to give you a chance to win night in, night out. And you can see his work right here. He's aggressive in his paint, working the puck. He sees it really well and doesn't allow too many rebounds that are out in front of him that the opposing team can maybe find the back of the net. And again, the goal that he allowed was a deflection that happened just right in front of him. So it's one of those scenarios where if he can see it, he can stop it. And on that play there, he was not able to get that just because of the deflection.
Absolutely, just fantastic work. On the other end, Bryce Walkarius doing a solid job in front of his net. Didn't see too many pieces of rubber sent his way. Expect more in the second period coming up with that power play coming for the Nationals. But the big story I thought from this first period was the physicality, the hits. It's just constant. Both teams running into each other full speed. A lot coming from the Nationals, namely Milne and Julian.
Absolutely. I mean, these two teams, again, top two teams in the Western Conference. We've seen it for seasons on end, and these two teams tend to always bring the physicality. You can see Milne and Julian throwing the body around, and then right there, you can see right in front of the net, Wood taking out on an awkward play. So again, the physicality in tonight's game is going to continue to ramp up. These two teams do not like each other, as again, these top two teams really want to fight it out for the top for the Western Conference.
So that, as we said coming into this game, 90% is the penalty kill for the Leamington Flyers. They're going to start the second period on the penalty kill for 3 minutes and 15 seconds. If you're the Leamington Flyers, what do you got to do to make sure you keep that puck out of the net?
Just keep London to the outside. They've done a great job of that all night long, not allowing London to have any real golden scoring opportunities in the middle of the ice. They've kept them to the outside, so I expect Dave Matsos to tell his players, try to find those open lanes and see if you can get a shot that can fool Walkarius here in period number 2. I
think on the other hand, the Nationals really going to try to move the puck around. If you get those penalty killers tired, might be able to take over the entire period. And with that, we'll get ready for our second period here, and we'll be right back on London Blue and Co-op Nationals Hockey on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Matt Loop, and I am currently on Jack Mornings with Stax, Megan, and Loop on Jack 102.3.
But it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day today. I can't believe...
I was first introduced to volunteering at Rogers back when I was taking TV broadcasting at Fanshawe, and I've really been volunteering ever since.
I love it when a show comes together.
When I first started at Rogers, I was behind the scenes doing camera for sports broadcasts and in-studio shows, but then I put a proposal in for a sketch comedy show called Channel Surfing, and then I went on to host some shows like What's Up London.
I don't think they have a jumpsuit big enough for me.
I wouldn't be where I am today without the wealth of experience that I got at Rogers. Not only did I get to improve my broadcasting skills in an actual environment, but as far as the sketch comedy went, it also helped my writing, my self-esteem. It also helped me on air as well. And now look where I am. I'm hosting a radio show. It's crazy.
Yo. Yep. Okay, I'll be there.
Join Mike Jack, who holds multiple world records for eating spicy peppers, as he challenges London restaurants to make the spiciest dishes they can, and then he eats them. This week, he visits Dos Tacos, Thai food, and Big Vibes. Watch the season finale of Jack Up the Heat, Monday and Friday at 5:30 p.m. And if we take a look at our Paul Duarte and Associates shots on goal after the first period of play, the Leamington Flyers up 15-6 in the shots categories. They just pelted poor Aiden Barry all period long, and the first score still lands 1-0. As we look ahead to next week's contest here at the Western Fair Sports Center, things going from bad to worse for the Nationals as they go from playing the third-place team to the second-place team as the St. Mary's Lincolns come to town for the second time this season. And it should be quite a contest between those two teams. St. Mary's always puts the Nationals to a big test every time. As we get set here for the second period, Nationals throwing a lot of physical presence around in that first period, but didn't really generate too much offense. Are they going to change anything here in the second to try to change that aspect of the game?
Well, for me, I think you're going to see the Nationals try to maybe find a little more open space along the ice. I mean, in that first period, we didn't really see them get towards the middle of the net, and that was just a really good defensive job by the Leamington Flyers. They kept their sticks in the right lanes. They didn't really allow any golden scoring opportunities. The only real one we saw was early on in the first period when it was Jacob Julian making a nice little deke at the blue line and finding Riley Wood streaking here on the near side. Other than that, there really hasn't been any real good shots on goal from the Nationals. So I expect them to try to find the other space, try to get around the Leamington defense and try to find one maybe on the back door, or try to find something where Walkarius isn't in position at that time. So again, you mentioned it at the end of the first period. We have roughly 5-on-3 for another 56 seconds here for the Nationals. So expect them to try to get going right off the hop here as we're getting set for period number 2.
It'd be a huge momentum swing here if the Nationals could start off on the right foot, and it'll be a lot relied on for the Flyers penalty killers. Nationals start off with a face-off win by Julian. Picked up by O'Reilly. Sam O'Reilly crosses the blue line, overskates the puck. Clearing attempt doesn't get too far. Picked up now by Bowers. Bowers across the blue line. Cycles the puck back up to the top. O'Reilly, McGowan. McGowan down low. Julian puts it out front. Bowers takes a shot. That gets blocked. O'Reilly takes another shot. Loose, but doesn't get loose. That was a great play by Walkarius. He just stays tight and hangs on.
And that was a good play there by the Nationals as they were able to swing that puck down low. They were able to find the open man right in the slot as the shot comes over. Walkarius a little aggressive on that play, and he's lucky to have that puck as he slid across the fresh sheet of ice here at the Western Fair, and he's able to make a big save here early on that 5-on-3.
Face-off scrum, but does not picked up by the Nationals. O'Reilly back to McGowan, over to Bowers right in the top of the slot. Takes a shot, that goes off a leg of Ryan McPherson. Back over to O'Reilly. O'Reilly over to Bowers. Bowers takes it tees up the one-timer, but that gets blocked again. The penalty killers hustle off quickly. 8 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. Coming down now, McGowan across the blue line. Brecky on back on the ice. Play down low, behind the net. Rubrick out there now for the Nationals, getting a bit of a power play opportunity. He takes a shot, ends up right in the breadbasket of Walkarius. Play up the wall. O'Reilly, cross-ice pass. Stays onside. Another cross over to Brecky. Brecky over to Julian. Julian takes the shot. That gets saved. Beautiful play by Walkarius. O'Reilly does a great job holding the line. Nice move, gets through. O'Reilly takes a shot, puts it right over the top. Down low again. Onto the stick of Sam O'Reilly. O'Reilly, drop pass for Rubrick. Down low, Bowers, he walks in, he takes a shot. Nice save, bats it out of midair, still can't get by Walkarius. Back to the blue line again, another shot. Blows right in the legs, loose puck, finds its way, and scores! Ryland Bowers puts the Nationals, ties it up at 1.
Well, throw anything towards the net, and it can turn into a pot of gold. And for Ryland Bowers, he's able to get to the front of the net, shoot that puck, and it was right in between the legs of Bryce Walkarius. Walkarius wasn't sure where it was as it squeaks through right there. Bowers able to tap that one in, and a power play goal, big power play goal for the London Nationals. This game is now tied at 1 as we are just approaching the 2-minute mark here, as I'm sure Walkarius had a conversation with the official, maybe feeling that he might have had that one controlled, but the official saw it all the way that he didn't have full control. And again, tied at 1, great play there, and you've got to give some credit to Rubrick as well, moving that puck around and finding that open man on the far side.
Yeah, great play by Rubrick as he was an essential part of that play, but great job by Ryland Bowers to just stick with it as the Nationals tie it up. Right here, another shot right from the blue line. That almost finds its way through. Looks like it hit Piccolo in an awkward spot right in front of the net. Puck up to the red line, brought across the blue line now by Thompson. Through the feet, over to Milne, back over to, almost onto the stick of French. French gets his pocket picked. Brought out now. McPherson gets it to the blue line, dumps it in. Paceroff will collect it behind the net. Bowers tries to get it. French tried to get across ice, that gets picked off. Picked up now behind the net. Brecky across the blue line. Tries to put it down to the corner. Another big hit thrown by Bosev. Taves will put down in the corner. Brought back up the wall by Reed. Reed to Taves. Taves tries to fakes a shot, puts it down into the corner. Stolen by McGowan. McGowan will try to break it out. Bouncing puck, still kept in. Onto the stick of Reed. Reed, cross-ice pass. That gets stopped. Nationals will finally break out. Bowers tries to make a move through the legs. That gets stopped. Sent back the other way, but ends up still on a stick. Brecky, he just runs into his man as he comes out. Another collision right on the National side of the red line, and that's going to be a penalty coming to O'Reilly as he's going to get called here for interference.
It'll actually be Dundas going on into the box here as he's going to go off for interference, and he kind of sets what in basketball would be clean as he sets a pick kind of there on that play. But unfortunately, the official were able to catch that one, and then again, the third penalty of the game here for the Nationals, and again, an opportunity to capitalize for Leamington to try to regain that 1-goal lead.
Back over into the slot. Piccolo can't make a play. Sent down behind the net. Brecky up the wall. McPherson throws a cross ice, kept in by Reed. Reed pressured by Julian, gets it up to the wall. Kept in again by Ryan McPherson. McPherson shot from the blue line, comes down low. Piccolo can't make a play on it. Puts it up the wall. Connor McPherson can't get a hold of it. He sends Ryan all the way back down into his own zone. Pressured by Sanavy. Sanavy right on top of him, forces him to leave the puck. While Carius comes out and leaves it for Piccolo. Piccolo, breakout pass to Reed. Reed, cross the red line, dumps it in. Over to Ryan McPherson on the far side. He can't handle the puck. Bounces over the stick of Connor McPherson. Bit of a foot race here. Sanavy tries to get on top of it, but can't. Sanavy picks off the pass, gets it back to O'Reilly. Long pass, just out of the reach of anybody. Ends up in the far corner. Julian will be the only National trying to be aggressive on the play. Rest goes off for a change. Piccolo fans on the pass, now sends it back behind his own net. Taves will start it out for the Flyers. 30 seconds left in the power play. Brought down low behind the net, sent around. Pass intended for Coulter. Coulter can't get to him. Back at the blue line. Held onto by Taves, sent over now. Van Sumeren, he takes a shot. That gets spent over the net. Back to the blue line again, Taves. Pass sent out, shot on net. That one just goes wide once again. 4 seconds left. Out of the box, here comes Dundas. He's trying to hustle back into the play. Loose puck in the slot. Picked up by the Nationals again. Bouncing puck off the wall. Dundas picks it up right off the wall. Just goes offside on the play. Gets close, but Matt Duchesne wasn't close. So about the same distance.
Yeah, and on that one, and again, the referee was, the linesman was right on the blue line. He watched that all the way and made sure that he was 100% on that call, and Matt Duchesne got lucky, but on that play for Dundas, he got unlucky.
Absolutely. Face-off won by the Flyers. Another shot right onto Barry. Barry makes the save. Puck sent off the wall. Another big collision right behind the net. And some words being exchanged between Van Sumeren and Pace Roth. Play up right along the wall, right on the half wall. Sent down into the corner by Bosef. Hagee getting into it, Van Sumeren. Mayhe, he takes a shot. That goes right off one of his own teammates out front of the net. Cross ice pass right out front. That one flies right through the slot. No one there. Mayhe, he takes a hold of it. Sends it down behind the Nationals net again. Another play down low. Van Sumeren, and he's going to head to the box for, looks like tripping on the play. There'll be interference as the call.
And this happened right behind Aiden Barry, behind the net. As you'll see it here, puck goes down low. The physical play there by Hagee, and another takedown on that play as he'll go for interference. And once again, London will go to the power play here. So another opportunity here for London to try to take the lead for the first time in tonight's game.
With Van Sumeren there, that whole play, he was getting into it, either Pace Roth or Hagee, back and forth between the two of them, all play long. And Nationals defenders ended up getting the best of him as he ends up taking a penalty. Power play opportunity for the Nationals. 1 goal on the night on 4 attempts. Another shot right through, scores! Owen McGowan puts the Nationals up 2-1.
Well, Captain Clutch strikes again for Owen McGowan as he gets this puck right in the high slot, right near the blue line, and this got deflected somewhere in the middle of the ice. I think this went off of a Leamington stick as it works to McGowan, and you can see it goes right, actually clean through as it beats Walkarius on the glove side. As I originally thought that shot might have gotten deflected, but it did not. It went clean through, and now London has their first lead of the game here as we're midway through the opening portion of the second period.
Walkarius didn't see any of that as that went through about 4 bodies to find its way onto the net. As a huge play by the captain, Owen McGowan, as he gets his 4th goal of the season, and it couldn't be a better time as the Nationals take the 2-1 lead here. 13 minutes left in the second period. Puck comes out, bouncing right off the netting and into the penalty box. So Nationals needed a goal and get it big time as they've now broken through on the power play twice tonight. And so we said the one thing that the Flyers power play penalty kill is fantastic, but I believe it goes the other way for the Nationals as well, as that has been absolutely fantastic for them. And it looks like one of the penalty box attendants got the puck in the head there, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looked like it deflected off the netting and then landed right into the penalty keeping area, and it took it off the head, so he's going to go maybe get some repairs here as the puck hit him right, looks like just at the top of the head, so hopefully he's able to return as he'll go get escorted off the ice. Something that you don't want to see happen here at the Western Fair for anybody taking a puck, especially to the head, so he'll go for repairs as something that he didn't really see coming on that play as it got deflected off the netting and basically redirects back into the penalty, into the timekeeping area.
So as he comes off the ice, we got a reset again. Face-off one cleanly by the Flyers, sent down into their own zone. Mayhe will pick it up. Leaves it for Cotter. Cotter almost overskates it, but managed to maintain control. Quickly turned back the other way. Big collision right at the blue line. Across the blue line, O'Reilly calls for it, just a little too late on the pass. As O'Reilly throws a hit. Across the blue line now. Grunder, he takes a shot. Penalty coming now to the Nationals once again. Should be another interference call right in the middle of the ice. Shot from distance, that goes off a leg. Grunder picks it up. Back to the top of the circle, blocked. Piccolo can't get the shot through. Puck comes out, slides down the ice. Collected. And Bowers just hustles right on top. Almost takes his man down. Could have taken another penalty there. Bouncing puck still finally touched up now by the Nationals. And whistle blows, so the Flyers will get another power play opportunity as the Nationals' undisciplined play continues. As they've been trying to finish every hit they've made in this game, but you can't hit someone who doesn't have the puck. That's page 1 in the big book. You can't do that.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a play, for Talon Palmer that you can't really do. He was being the defenseman on that play, and it's, again, when you don't have the puck, you can't take your man out as he did as he was driving the middle of the net. He was maybe expecting the puck to come that way, but it never did show up there, and the officials have to make that call every time.
Nationals will clear the puck down the length of the ice. Picked up behind the net, Ryan McPherson. Up to Reed. Reed across the blue line, dumps it into the corner. Thompson pins his man against the board. Piccolo will put it up the wall. Connor McPherson collects it. Fakes the pass. Now throws it down low, right out front. Piccolo can't get a stick on it in the slot. And it'll be cleared down the length of the ice by Sanofi. Nationals get some fresh penalty killers on the ice. McPherson will break it out. Back up to Reed on the right wing side. Back to McPherson. He just throws it back behind the net. Picked up by Pace Roth. Pace Roth pressured in the corner by Piccolo. And Brecky gets it up the wall to Thompson. Still pinned against the wall, though. Nationals trying to come away with it. Still pinned. Finally, the Flyers come away with it. Reed tries to break it right out front. He takes a huge hit. And he looks to be hurt on the play. Piccolo not happy with the play from Sanofi. Or by play by Milne. And tries to take a couple extra after the fact. And it looks like Piccolo is going to be heading to the box.
These two teams just cannot be friendly. I mean, play happens out in front. O'Reilly made the physical play down low, and then Piccolo takes a shot towards Sanofi, and that one's going to get a call. It looks like that timekeeper that took the puck to the head got the repair, and he's going to get right back into action, so that's good to see. And again,
just in time to help the Flyers box.
Absolutely. As he gets escorted in, and you can see Piccolo there making the adjustment to his helmet, as right out in front you can see it was a drive-by play, which led to that play. Is again driving the net, and then it takes the hit, and that's just a clean hit there. Is again
a clean hit by Milne. It's just he ends up falling right back into, I think it's O'Reilly, just ends up hitting his head right off his leg. So it was clean, but you can't blame Piccolo for being the captain and standing up for his team. Right across the blue line, quick shot, goes right onto the glove of Barry. Nevertheless, though, Piccolo did pick up a double minor on the play as well, so he'll head to the box for 4 minutes or less. So in 22 seconds of 4-on-4, and the Nationals right back to an extended power play. And the goals on their last two, it's very dangerous opportunity here for the Nationals. Face off one, and it'll be head contact is the call on Piccolo. McGowan, draw pass, brought back out. Here comes O'Reilly. Riley, full head of steam across the blue line. Walks down, loses the puck, almost picked up by Clark, but ends up on the stick of Wood, who is back on the ice after a bit of an incident earlier in the first. O'Reilly now. O'Reilly takes his shot. That one goes off an arm of Volkarius and out of play. See Sam O'Reilly, despite being on the blue line, still sniffing for the back of the net as he has these last 10 games.
And even though he's playing defense tonight, this is something that I'm sure the Nationals appreciate. Him being on the back end, you can use him on that first unit on the power play. I mean, he's normally on it playing forward, but now that he's on the defensive side, he can still shoot that thing. And that was a good save there by Volkarius, as that hit basically the top part of his stick and up and out of play. So Volkarius coming up big there on that power play, as we've still got another 3 minutes to go on it.
Nice play right at the top of the circle by Wood for the Nationals to keep the Nationals in control of the puck. Cross-ice pass ended up on the stick of McGowan. Battened down this time a little too well by Wood. And the puck will come out. Bouncing puck just out of the reach of O'Reilly. McCribbin will pick it up now for the Flyers. Puck is deflected now into the National zone. McGowan will pick it up. 2:30 on the power play. Drop pass, leaves it for Julian. Julian across the blue line. Waits, cycles back, gives it to McGowan. McGowan down low, puts the shot puck right on net. Just flies right through the crease. O'Reilly back to McGowan. McGowan tries to get Bowers in the slot. That gets stopped up. Puck will be brought out now. Scarlett, he'll try to make a move. Tries to get by McGowan. Still maintains possession. McGowan will pin the puck into the corner. O'Reilly, he'll come away with it. Nice easy pass up the wall. Over on the stick of Rubrick. Rubrick back to O'Reilly. O'Reilly waits. Cross ice. Pace Roth. Julian. Back up to Pace Roth again. Pace Roth throws it over to O'Reilly. O'Reilly takes a shot. Ends up right on the arm of Volkarius and down, but no one there to make a play. Long pass by Barry. Ends up on the stick of O'Reilly. Across the blue line. Leaves it for Rubrick. Back down low to O'Reilly again. Behind the net. Back to the blue line. Rubrick. Over to Pace Roth. Minute left in the power play. Onto the far side. National still trying to find that opening. Thompson. Pace Roth. Back to Thompson again. Over to Rubrick. Rubrick walks in. He takes a shot. That one goes off the inside glove of Walkarius. Down low to Sanavy. Sanavy, he takes a hit. O'Reilly comes in there. He throws a hit again. Pace Roth right at the blue line. Almost gets a breakaway opportunity here for the Flyers. Kept in. Bouncing puck ends up right on the half wall. Will finally clear the length of the ice. Some good hard work by Ryan Clark. Ends up on the stick of Rubrick. Palmer, back to Rubrick. Rubrick cross ice pass, takes a shot. Just waited a little too long on the play by Sanavy. Both players hit hard into the board, still kept in. Great determination by Thompson to keep in the offensive zone. Play comes up, Piccolo about to come back on the ice. Nationals get chances, but some great penalty killing by the Flyers kill off the entire 5-on-4. Puck lost right in the feet. Tries to get it back out to Piccolo. Turned back the other way by McKinnon. Sent to the offensive zone. Dundas hustles hard to get right on top of the puck. Kept in the offensive zone. Pace Roth, he walks in. Tries to get it down low. Pace Roth again takes a shot right in tight. And nice save by Walkarius. It has to be sharp as the Nationals get close.
Yeah, the Nationals get this puck along the sidewall, and they're able to get this one towards the net. Nice little inside-out move. They try to get it far side, but then they work it down low. Wood sending it back up top, and Walkarius does a good job. He doesn't get overly aggressive, trying to maybe cheat a little bit to the left side. He stays to the right. The puck ends up being back there, and he makes a big save here as we're approaching the 5-minute mark in the second period.
And that puck ends up going the whole length of the ice, so icing is called. So we'll reset again in the Flyers zone. 5:37 left here in the second period. Shots 21-17 in favor of the Flyers, but the Nationals still holding on to that 2-1 lead thanks to a pair of power play goals. Down low, Duarte. He gets taken down. Gets up to the half wall, now clears the zone. Sent back quickly into the Leamington zone. Walkarius comes out and play. McCribbin up the walls, can't clear the zone. Puck now clears. Back out into the offensive zone. Another penalty coming here to the Nationals. Hooking will be the call. And I believe it will be McKinnon heading to the box again.
And once again, the Nationals kind of get caught there, taking a man down when he didn't have the puck on the play, as once again the puck comes up the far side right there, the hook onto the arm, onto the glove. And again, they got to call that every time. So again, London's going to go down a man here, and the Flyers will go back to the power play. Again, they are ranked 4th in the Western Conference, the GOJHL, that is on their power play. So again, special teams providing key moments here in this game.
And Jackson Bunker, who gets called 2 minutes for hooking, as the McPherson brothers take and then just a shot right from the point finds its way right over the head of Barry, and the Flyers tie it up just like that. As Connor and Ryan connect to get the game tied it up.
And again, you talked about on the London goal how Walkarius didn't see this. I don't think Aiden Barry saw this at all. He just put his glove and blocker up just for a hope and a prayer that he makes contact, but it ends up going up and over him. A bit of flutter on that puck, was able to fall down into the net, and now we have a 2-2 game here with the 5-minute mark just passing. So again, special teams providing big moments here in this game.
2 minutes for hooking, time 14:50. Reminder, Bunker, 2 for hooking at 14:50.
Play goes for icing, and we sent down the length of the ice once again. So 2-2 is now your score. Coming off the stick of Ryan McPherson, or Connor McPherson. His 6th goal of the season, 20th point on the year. Puck sent around the boards, now over to the stick of Sanity. Sanity, cross ice pass. Gets it to Julian, but can't go the other way. Sanity throws a hit right at the blue line. Scarlett, gonna move it up the wall. Picked up by Sanity, gets it over to McGowan. McGowan tries to break out past to Wood. Wood gets caught up with the Flyers player. Those two go tumbling down, and it's him and Taves. Brought back out Sanity. Play goes right off the stick of Cotter. Scarlett will turn it back the other way and send to the offensive zone. Bouncing puck, Sanity just hitting anybody who walks by him right now. McGowan across the blue line. Down low, Wood takes it right out from a sharp angle, just puts it right on net. Walkarius makes the save. Julian keeps it into the offensive blue line. Scarlett tries to clear it out. Cotter can't do it. McGowan takes a shot from distance. That one goes off a blocker of Walkarius. Kept in by Pace Rock. Cross ice pass. Nice shot right on net and shoots and scores! And Rubrick gets his first goal in the GOJHL as he comes right off the bench and beats Bryce Walkarius.
Well, grab that puck, get it onto the bench. Rubrick, we talked about at the top of this game, having a over 2 point a game average, and he in his first GOJHL game gets this puck cross ice feed. He was feeding it cross ice on the power play, and just like that, he gets a cross ice pass, and he's able to beat Walkarius on the 5-hole. That's something he's not going to forget. His first career GOJHL goal on his first game called up here tonight. The 15-year-old gets on the board, and that, again, something he's not going to forget.
No, absolutely not. Just fantastic play. Just he knew exactly where to go, and the puck just came right to him. Makes no mistake on that shot. Beats Walkarius right under the arm. Bowers gets it across the red line, dumps it in the offensive zone. Bowers again, he picks it up, tries to throw it behind the net. Brought back out the other way. Comes out, just out of the reach of the Nationals defender, gets up to the blue line, picked up now by the Flyers. Now about to the blue line. Burke picks it up. He walks in, tries to put it cross ice. That one reaches intended target. Burke keeps it at the blue line. Tries to throw it behind the net. Stolen by Palmer. He puts up the wall, but picked up quickly on the far side by the Flyers. Taves now. Down in the corner. Gets stopped up. Battling with Bowers. Back out front. Bouncing puck. Taves can't handle it. Now gets over. Another shot, this time by Piccolo. That one just finds its way to the front of the net. Bowers will just clear it in as the Nationals go off for a change. Flyers going to try to catch him sleeping. Cross ice pass just gets stopped right on its way in by Burke. Hayes can't handle the puck. Picked up by Milne. Milne will work his way in. He's got Thompson with him. Thompson takes a shot, scores! Brayden Thompson puts the Nationals up 2 off a beautiful pass by Milne.
And this all starts with Milne on this play. He's able to win the puck battle right at his own blue line, and he's able to skate into this. He sees Thompson coming in late, gets this puck over to Thompson. Thompson knows what to do with that, puts it on the far side over Walkarius. And once again, 4 goals in this period for the Nationals, and they now have a 2-goal lead. As for Thompson, that is now his 4th goal of the season.
And Brayden Thompson has shown signs of some great offensive skill, and it shows up there in a big moment for the Nationals. Now 2 minutes left here in the second period as the Nationals offense comes alive and has just started to just lay it on the Leamington Flyers. Right out front, another shot, scores! Coming back the other way. Mayhe wide open on the left-hand side, and Barry no chance at all to get over to that one.
Well, we've talked about in the past how these two teams love to score, and Leamington responds again. Another cross-ice pass, no one there for London to see him on that play, and he's able to beat Aiden Barry clean on that one on the blocker side, and they trim that lead back down to 1. Shots are, again, tight game, tight shot, 24-22. Leamington leads in the shot total. And again, what else do you expect from these two teams? Top in the Western Conference, London in the 1 seed, Leamington in the 3 seed, trying to climb back into that number 2 seed.
Just when you think the Nationals offense is getting a bit too much for the Flyers to handle, they come right back. Huge goal by Nick Mayhe, his second of the season. Gets the Flyers back within 1. Of the blue line, Sanofi gets it back into the slot. Julian tries to put it on net. No one there to capitalize. Up to the blue line. McGowan tries to throw a hit. Burke manages to get around him. Back onto the stick of McGowan. McGowan over to Wood. Wood across the blue line. He cuts it in the middle. Wood tries to put it back to McGowan. Can't connect on the pass. Stolen by Reed. Back up the wall. Here comes Clark. Across the blue line. He takes a hit. Still stays with the puck. Circles back out front. No one there. Gets it to the blue line. Taves keeps it in. Another shot from distance. Ends up right on the pad of Aiden Barry, and he hangs on.
And that save will feel good for Aiden Barry on that one, as he's able to see that shot late, and he's able to hang on to that, not allow a rebound for Leamington to try to cash in. As 26 seconds to go here in period number 2, I'm sure that Leamington's looking to try to head into the second intermission, maybe tied here at 4, but London's going to try to do a good job on their defensive end zone.
Another shot from distance. Barry will kick it into the corner. Picked up nigh ball by Palmer. Palmer can't quite connect on the long distance pass intended for Rubrick. Back to Sam O'Reilly. Ends up on the stick of Bowers. Now Bowers again. He takes a shot. That gets blocked. Rubrick throws it to Palmer behind the net. Palmer again puts it out front. O'Reilly walks in. He takes a shot. Puts it right over the net at the last second of play. And almost puts it in the net. But the Nationals offense comes alive, puts up 4. The Flyers respond with 2 of their own. So we will head into the second intermission by a score of 4-3 for London Nationals. You are watching the London Brewing Co-op London Nationals hockey here on Rogers TV. We'll be back after this.
Smudging is a very important part in our life as we're all learning to walk the good way. When we smudge, we use the sacred medicine, the white sage, the sweetgrass, the tobacco, and the cedar. It cleanses negative energy and replaces it by a positive energy. When I smudge, I cleanse my end and my eagle feather and start cleansing my breath to have better words. I will smudge my eyes so I could see the better things offered to me. I will smudge my ears to hear the good thing that people have to say. I will smudge my hair to have good thinking from my head. I will bring the smudge to my feet so I could walk in respect with our Mother, the Earth. Smudging is the way we give our prayers to connect our spirit to the Creator. We express gratitude for the gift of life, the learning, and growth.
With clubs, leagues, and courts in every province and territory across Canada, squash is the sport for wall-to-wall fun, fitness, and friendship. From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
Welcome back, fans. I'm here with Ryland Bowers, assistant captain of the London Nationals. Now, Ryland, Halloween was this past Monday. What were you for Halloween?
Yeah, I went as Elvis this year. Had a pretty good costume going. The boys loved it. Yeah.
Awesome. Scoring the first goal for your team against a rival, especially the Leamington Flyers tonight. How did that feel for you?
Yeah, no, it's nice to bang one in there. A little greasy second effort, but they all count, and that was huge to get on the board. Yeah.
Awesome. What is a key for you guys going into the third period, only up by 1 goal?
Yeah, I think we got to be more disciplined, get pucks in, stay hard on the forecheck like we have all night, and good stuff will come.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Rylan. We'll be right back with more London Nationals hockey, London Bruin Co-op, right after this.
Treaty in Cree is Naskomitoin, an oral agreement. And our agreements were always spoken. For George Spence, the core of treaty was Wichihioin, to help one another.
And so we, the commissioners...
He was there for the making of Treaty 9, where the Cree were told...
We will honor this agreement together, for as long as the sun shines and the waters flow.
The Cree made their mark because they were assured that the land would be shared, and they would always be able to harvest what they needed. George Spence was my great-grandfather. In his life, he saw many promises of the treaty go unfulfilled.
Treaties were essential to the creation of Canada. First Nations still fight for the agreements to be honored.
Game Day London takes readers behind the scene and beyond the box scores, offering news, analysis, long forms, and interviews, all produced by local journalists. Catch the coverage at GameDayLondon.com. Back here at the Western Fair Sports Center, 40 minutes gone in the books. Score 4-3 in favor of the London Nationals. Offense coming alive, I think, is the storyline from that period.
Absolutely. I mean, and what else do you expect from these two teams? We've seen it on seasons past where these two teams like to throw the puck into the back of the net. London getting 4 goals in that second period, 2 on the power play. Rubrick getting his first career GOJHL goal. And so the Nationals are putting up their offense, but Leamington keeping right in it as well, while Carius keeping them in the game. So again, offense being a key so far.
Yeah, goals. 6 in total here in that second period. Take a look at what we saw in some of these plays. And the first one starts out a little greasy, as Rylan Bowers even says himself. It doesn't matter how it goes in, though. Then the Nationals come back quickly on the power play, setting up a 2-1 lead. And then Flyers come back quickly the other way, make it 3-2. And it looked like the Nationals could have started coming, really pulling away with this next goal as Rubrick comes down the wing, takes the shot, puts that one in. And it looked like it could be almost curtains for the Flyers as the Nationals took that 4-3 lead off the Thompson goal here on the 4-2 lead. And then just right away, not even a minute later, the Flyers come back. Beautiful chance right out front. Mayhe all alone and makes no mistake putting it past Abe Barry.
Absolutely. I mean, Leamington is not going to go away in this game. This is a revenge game for them. They're 1-3-1 in their past 5 matchups. You can see Bowers getting his 12th, McGowan 4th, and Pearson getting on the board on the power play. Well, 3 straight power play goals, 2 for London, 1 for the Flyers, and then that's actually Thompson getting on that one. He gets a goal, and then Mayhe getting his second of the season. Again, shots are tight in this one as well, 26-22 in favor of the Leamington Flyers. So once again, these two teams know each other very well atop the Western Conference, and not surprised that we're seeing a tight one here.
Absolutely, and just want to cue in on one goal in particular in Ryan Rubrick picking up his first GOJHL goal in his first GOJHL game, and he has looked pretty stellar throughout this contest.
I mean, from what the scouts have seen from Rubrick playing in the London Junior Knights, he's projected to go first overall in the 2023 OHL draft. You can see why right there. He's currently listed 6'2" at 15. He's still got lots of time to grow. His brother currently plays in the OHL for the Ottawa Generals, and he's 6'7". So the Rubric family clearly has the size advantage, and again, on that goal that you saw, he's able to come off the bench, get the shot from a cross-ice pass, and he beats Walkarius, and that's a big moment for him, stepping into a Junior B game, his first ever Junior B game, able to capitalize and get a goal. He's going to be proud of that.
Absolutely. Not too surprised. Looking around the arena here tonight, we do see a couple scouts for a few of the OHL teams. Not too surprised they're going to have their eye out for, as you said, potential first overall pick. Now, going into this game, as we said, power play is the big thing. And Nationals did what they needed to do, pick up 2 power play goals right away at the top of the period. What went right for them on those power plays?
They were able to move the puck around. I mean, Owen McGowan was able to get a shot from the high slot area. I mean, again, Bauer's able to just poke around right out in front. He was able to capitalize on the power play as well. And they were just able to do the right things. Again, moving the puck around is key. You want to get those defensive guys on Leamington moving around, try to find a breakdown in the coverage. And Bowers was able to, again, get to the front of the net. He found the coverage, and then Owen McGowan finding that open space, he was able to capitalize. So the 2 power play goals, they found the broken coverage in Leamington, able to capitalize on those 2 goals, hence why they have that 1-goal lead heading into period number 3.
Absolutely. Very crucial that they get that lead. On the other hand, though, they did manage to get 2, but that penalty kill for the Flyers was smothering for the most part throughout that contest, especially on that second 4-minute power play the Nationals had. Now, looking at what we see in the standings overall now, Nationals still holding on to a top spot in the Western Conference. 7-game winning streak coming into tonight's contest. We know Leamington's not too far behind there. 8 points technically separates the 2. But in the Western Conference, anything can happen. Leamington can go on a hot streak. London can go on a cold streak. It's not much difference between those. The very interesting thing, though, look who's in 4th place right down there. The Sarnia Legionnaires now 1 point back of 3rd place in the Western Conference.
Absolutely. I mean, this just shows how much consistency there is in the Western Conference this year. I mean, again, you talked about Sarnia being 1 point back of Leamington. You can even look at the number 5 seed, the Strathroy Rockets. They've had a good season, and they're only 2 points back of the Sarnia Legionnaires. So certainly the Western Conference certainly has had a shake-up this season. We normally see teams like LaSalle and Chatham normally up in the 3, 4, 5 area, but again, teams like Sarnia and Strathroy coming off of the COVID pandemic, they've been able to build some good players. The Western Conference is up for grabs in the middle of the West.
And as we said, the St. Mary's Lincoln's coming into town next week. So the Nationals go from taking on the 1 versus 3 to the 1 versus 2. So another hard matchup for them. Now, looking forward, the Nationals not in the lineup tonight. Lucas Chard, the leading scorer for the team. And you can see right now, the Nationals still holding on to quite a few names on this top scorers list. Chard, Julian, Wood, and O'Reilly down there as well. Julian and Wood both potting 1 point tonight as well. So Julian now going up tied for 2nd in the entire JHL scoring. Nationals top scorers coming out big this year, when that was a bit of a question mark coming into the season.
Absolutely. I mean, when you have that offensive ability of Lucas Chard, he's a big guy to lose here tonight, but he's going to be a guy that's going to be hoping to get back in the lineup here soon and provide the offense for London.
He's going to be much needed if the Nationals can get him back in the lineup. And we'll be right back with the 3rd period in just a minute after this.
Hi, my name is Mike Arsenault. I'm a morning show host and digital broadcast journalist at Chorus Entertainment.
What is the hardest part about being a parent? Having kids.
And I became a volunteer at Rogers TV London way back in 2012. I always wanted to work in the broadcast industry, but I didn't have the educational background, so I figured Rogers TV was the best way for me to get my foot in the door to the media broadcast industry. If you're willing to put the time in, good things will happen, and start early. I didn't start getting paid to be on television until I was 28. Started volunteering, I think, around 22 or 23. But if I had the educational background in either journalism or media, I would have been able to start my career just a little bit quicker.
Did you know all the camera operators for tonight's game are volunteers? Rogers TV volunteers learn the skills needed to put on a show, including camera, audio, graphics, and more. If you're interested, visit rogerstv.com/volunteer to sign up. Take a look at our Paul Duarte and Associates shots on goal after 20 minutes of play. 16-11 in that second period for the Nationals. 26-22 overall in favor of the Flyers. And as always, our third period is brought to you by Collins Closures. And the puck goes right out of play, right off the face-off as the Nationals end up scrumming it right at the red line.
And again, that timekeeper's now going to have to keep a heads up. That's not a second straight puck that's gone right into the penalty box area where he is, but nonetheless, he was aware on that one, and a face-off will happen just outside of London territory.
Face-off one cleanly by the Flyers, almost picked off quickly by O'Reilly, sending him the other way. Stick of Taves, up the wall to McPherson. McPherson tries to go right up the gut to his brother, but just out of his reach. McGowan, cross ice, over to O'Reilly. O'Reilly can't handle the pass, sent around behind the net. Picked up on the far side by McPherson. Now will go down the length of the ice for an icing. The interesting thing when the Nationals run this lineup that you see on the ice right now with McGowan and O'Reilly in the back, it's basically they're running just a their power play. You got 4 forwards out there and a defenseman, and it seems to be working for the most part as O'Reilly is defensively sound and has come in and almost scored about 2 or 3 goals tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, JC talked about it earlier on, how this is only really his second full season playing defense, as he's the other way around. It's actually he's been more of a defense, and this is really his first few years of playing forward. So certainly O'Reilly knows the position and knows how to manage it.
Absolutely. Picked up by Wood. Wood will try to clear into the zone and will, but just a bit too far as Julian was astride ahead of the play. So we'll have to keep an eye and see if this is just maybe a one-game experiment or they want to go a little bit farther with this. Because you know the one thing O'Reilly wants in this game is he doesn't want that goal streak to end.
Absolutely, and I mean, when you're missing a guy like Lucas Chard, this kind of presents those types of opportunities. We've talked, again, London only dressing 4D, a few injuries dealing with right now. So putting O'Reilly on the back end certainly doesn't hurt the Nationals, as it can provide that extra offense.
Rubrick up the wall to Palmer. Palmer's pass for Bowers gets tipped and set back into the neutral zone. Nationals clear the puck into the Leamington zone. They'll clear the zone, come back the other way. Here comes Clark. Reed across the blue line. Holds up, overskates the puck to manage to recover and keeps it in the offensive zone. Put up the wall, Reed again. Backhands it down into behind the net. Bracky, he loses control of it. Rubrick will pick it up. Onto the stick of Palmer. Palmer, cross ice to Bowers. Bowers, drop pass. Onto the stick of Pace Roth, tries to get it back up front. Rubrick again, he can't get a shot off this time. Pace Roth will just rip it from the blue line. That just hits the back glass and then bounces up the wall. McKinnon, he'll keep it in. Palmer fights for the puck down in the corner. Rubrick will send it around over to Bowers on the far side. Bowers throws it right out front, just onto the leg of Walkarius. As Rubrick tries to get a hold of it, but he gets stopped at the last second. Now into the neutral ice. Here come the Nationals the other way. Quick steal by Pace Roth, but he'll just drop back and try to get a setup. Pass intended for Milne, just a little too far to his reach. Ends up right on the way of Walkarius, and Thompson gets taken down hard right on his way to the net. Looks like no penalty called on the play. Thompson was nowhere near the puck.
And the puck goes right on to Walkarius, and he gets taken down on that one. And you know, we're seeing the physicality here in this game, how the Nationals have been throwing the body around. Now Leamington is starting to throw their body around now as well. So we'll see how the officials deal with it here in period number 3.
Face-off one by the Flyers. They just end up rimming it around the boards. On the far side, Connor McPherson sends it back behind the net. Up to Ryan. Into Piccolo in the middle. Piccolo can't handle the bouncing puck as he gets hit hard by Milne. Or by Sandovi. Across the blue line. Stolen off McPherson's stick by Julian. The two of them battle for the puck, sent up the wall. Kept in, almost just goes off the blue line as McKinnon tried to keep it in. Piccolo, McKinnon takes McPherson takes the shot, ends up right on the crest of Aiden Barry, and he makes the save.
But Barry hasn't had much action here early on in this third period. Again, he's able to just not allow any real rebound, aggressive in his blue paint. Doesn't like allowing those golden scoring opportunities. So once again, he gets a face-off, gets a change, fresh line change for his players.
Play down low, McKinnon throws a body quickly once again. And Sumerin down behind the net. Played by Burke. Burke gets hit. Gets over to Bosev. Bosev up the wall. Picked up by the Nationals, now behind the net. Sam O'Reilly waits for an opening. Burke, the lone flyer on the attack. A drop pass, ends up on the stick of McKinnon. McKinnon flies it a bit too high, just over the head of Thompson. Back down in the Flyers zone. Flyers will try to break out the other way. Big head of steam coming down as Bosev tries to beat O'Reilly to the puck, but not fast enough to beat out the icing.
Yeah, and again, Sam O'Reilly going back onto defense. That's something for him, getting into a foot race like that. He normally is on the other side of that situation, trying to outbeat a defenseman. So on that one, he did the right thing, beating his forward to the puck and allowing that icing to get an offensive opportunity.
Quick shot off the face-off win by Bunker. Just ends up going wide. McGowan from the blue line takes a shot, ends up going off a leg out front. McGowan brought out Dundas across the blue line. Dundas, he just flips it on net, and Walkarius will just grab it and to get the face-off so his team can get back on the ice. As Nationals try to catch the Flyers sleeping on the change.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot from Dundas here tonight, where as soon as the Nationals get possession, he's off and running to the blue line. And once again, Bryce Walkarius makes the save. I've noticed a lot tonight that Walkarius is quite vocal to his team. He likes to make sure that he's very vocal, allows his team to know where the puck is, and that's something that goaltenders you want to see have. Good communication towards your defense. Make sure that they know where the puck is so that he can be in the right spot to make the key saves when he's needed to, as he's carried a lot of the load here for the Leamington Flyers this season.
Not too surprising, though, that it has been a trait that Walkarius had even when he was back here at the Nationals a few seasons ago. Play at the blue line. McKinnon stops up. Pavilion brings it across the blue line. Stopped up on the stick of Pace Roth, or stick of Sanovi. He sends it back out of the neutral ice. Flyers try to get it across the blue line and will. Another shot quick, right in tight. Can't get another shot. Another McCrimmon walks into that slap shot, but doesn't get much on it. McCrimmon now up the wall. McKinnon drops his stick. Rubrick gets pinned against the wall. 3 Flyers, 2 Nationals. Nationals will come away with the puck. Onto the stick of Palmer. Palmer moves into the offensive zone. Tries to get it over to Bowers. Bowers can't connect on it. Rubrick will just bow for the puck along the ice. Now on the wall, McPherson will come away with it. Connor McPherson, he walks in, tries to take a shot. Great defensive play. Ryan down low. Pass out front, scores! The McPherson brothers strike again and put the score back to even.
Well, it looked like everything was under control for the Nationals. Turned into a giveaway, and again, the McPherson brothers were able to capitalize here as they get it down low. A good stick lift there, but it's not enough as they swing it over to the far side, and Barry caught out of position as he felt that the puck wouldn't get over there, but nonetheless, it got to the far side. And again, another goal here for the Leamington Flyers, now 4 apiece. Again, lots of offensive scoring here in this game.
Puck up to Wood, just in his feet. Can't connect on the pass. On a stick of Grunder. Coulter, drive across the blue line, tries to put it on net. Another hit thrown, this time by O'Reilly. The Flyers still maintain possession. Pass intended for Grunder, ends up going between his skates. Picked up by the other hand. Across the blue line, Grunder right in the slot. He takes a shot, goes right over the head. Bouncing puck goes right back out front. Barry has to make a save. Wood tips the puck back into the neutral ice. Sanavy, he takes a tumble right in front of the Flyers bench. Coulter will just take the puck and dump it in. Ends up going right onto the stick of Reed. Waiting for a bit of help as Bracky comes in. Milne collects the puck, tries to hit French right in the middle. French will pick it up, but is offside on the play.
French on that play felt that he could sneak it over across the blue line, but the officials catch that one, and the faceoff will happen just outside of the Leamington territory. 7 minutes played here in period number 3. Shots read 31-22 in favor of Leamington as Leamington started to pick up the pace here in period number 3.
Here come the Flyers now. They'll come down the left wing side. McKinnon tries to throw a hit. Gets avoided. Puck back up to the blue line. Bracky will keep it and send it back down behind the net. Clovillan, he takes it back out. Puck goes right out front. Barry will hang on off the shot. Another couple swats going on there between McKinnon and Bracky.
Yeah, McKinnon not liking the fact that Brecky was in the blue paint of Aiden Barry, trying to clear him out, and so they exchange pleasantries where they're going to go for their Tim's run after the game, and they both skate off to their respective benches.
The usual things.
Hey, what are you taking your coffee? You know, I take 2 cream, you know, that type of deal.
Face-off scrum ends up on the stick of the Leamington Flyers, though, behind the net. Some great determination down low by Ryan McPherson. Nationals get the steal right back, try to send them on the offensive route. Milne across the blue line, onto the stick of Thompson. Back down low, Thompson can't quite receive the pass. Sent his way by French. Haggy at the blue line, cross ice. That almost got picked off on the way to McKinnon. Bit of a dangerous play as you could have had Connor McPherson going all alone the other way. Puck up the wall. Gets tipped. Back at the blue line now. Piccolo waits, just a little extra move costs him as he'll go offside and have a new face-off just in the neutral zone outside the Nationals territory.
That puck caught the linesman there on that play. The officials just checking on him, and that's a stinger on that one. You never want to take a puck again up into that area as he shakes that one off.
Puck picked up by Sigmund. He'll just throw it into the offensive zone. Puck set behind the Nationals net. Pace Roth is there. Sends it up to Rubrick. Rubrick cross ice pass, gets deflected on its way to Bowers. Picked up by Palmer. Palmer takes the shot, but that ends up catching one of the Flyers' gloves along the bench. That gets blown dead. And we'll have a face-off just in front of the Flyers' bench.
And Leamington trying to claim that the puck hit Bowers on the inside of the blue line, trying to get an intentional offside on the play, but the officials converged and they decided it was going to be right outside, right in front of the Leamington bench.
Played by Sigmund, comes up the wall. Coulter just avoids the hit by Palmer, ends up finding the puck back behind the net, throws it out front. No one there to collect it for the Flyers. Mayhe at the blue line, he throws it down low. Grunder behind the net. It's pinned up. Nationals come out the other way. Onto the stick of Rubrick. Rubrick tries to throw it into the slot for Palmer. Palmer can't quite catch up to it. All right, the blue line. Pace Rod, he gets taken down hard by McCribbin. He'll end up deflecting the puck into the offensive zone. 2 Flyers already down behind the Nationals' red line before 1 National can get there. Sam O'Reilly throwing the body.
Tim's right behind you.
And Sumerin tries to get a hold of the puck. Will collect the puck now. Puts it on net. That one well wide. Goes hard off the corner. Rubrick, nice little pass into the center ice area. Almost catches Sandovi on just a blind pass, a blind hit. Back across the blue line. Flyers trying to catch the Nationals sleeping. Big tumble right into the boards at the end. And here come the Nationals the other way. Jacob Julian over to Wood. Wood, wide open chance, but just offside. Another close play. All for naught, though.
The closest on the night there is, again, Julian coming in with speed. As you can see it right here, is that he lifts that leg up at the last second as Wood was again. Same thing happened in the first period where Julian had that far side trying to get it over to Wood, but unfortunately on that one, just a little too far.
One thing I'm noticing throughout this game, though, this top line for the Nationals has been fairly quiet overall. Bowers does have a goal. Or sorry, no, that's on a different line. Sandovi has been fairly quiet as well. Him and Julian, not too much going on tonight. No, Julian does have a point. Stopped up right as it hits a linesman in the skate. Puck at the blue line, stolen back. Nice work by Wood. And Sandovi will just dump into the offensive zone. Just under 10 minutes left here in the third period. Still 4-4 is your score. Shots 32-22 in favor of the Flyers. McPherson tries a little backhand pass out front, ends up hitting the back of the net. Sigmund tries to break it down low. Thompson steals it back for the Nationals. Still keeps possession. Bag Bass, now shot. That one just goes wide, bangs off the wall, and hits the back of the net. Mechanic collects and flips it into the offensive zone. Mayhe. Get over to Grunder. Now brought back out. Here comes Clark across the blue line. Played right at the wall. Piccolo, he sends it down low. McPherson waits. Just trying to see if he can get an open pass. Doesn't like any of his options. Now sends it far side. Another shot from distance. That gets blocked on the way to the net. Bounce pass off a leg. That will come out into the red line, but sent quickly back down in the offensive zone. Grunder is going to be the first one on top of it. Leaves the puck over for Scarlett. Scarlett gets stripped of the puck, ends up on a stick of French. Cross ice pass ends up in a skate, but ends up back the other way to French. French can't handle it. McCribbin just trying to push it back the other way over Coulter. Coulter gets hit hard into the wall by O'Reilly. Back to the blue line. McCribbin keeps it in. Throws it down into the far corner. Van Sumeren plays it right at the half wall. Tries a little back pass behind the net. Guys gets stopped up. Now over to McKinnon. McKinnon lead pass for O'Reilly. O'Reilly, he'll break down the right wing side. Stops up, waits for support. Throws it behind the net to Palmer. Palmer puts it out front. Bouncing puck loose. Ends up back on the stick of the Flyers and just diving out for it as well. Carries. He doesn't like what he sees.
Yeah, Bryce deciding enough's enough, gets the glove on, and he gets a whistle. 7:25 left to go here in period number 3. Again, shots currently reading 23-32 in favor of Leamington as London starting to get their legs going once again here in this third period.
And brought back out, gets to the blue line. Nice takedown right at the line by Heggie. Sent back around. Heggie will just try to spin, get on top of the puck. Brecky will be there first. Puck comes out to neutral ice again. And thrown from a long distance and right on net by Sigmund and held on to by Barrett.
And we're now at the point in the game where we're past the halfway mark. These two goaltenders, knowing that it's late, tied hockey game, they don't want to allow any real loose change, so hence why you're seeing the team, both goaltenders making those key saves, not allowing any real rebounds. So it's good to see these goaltenders knowing the late game situation.
Mayhe at the blue line. He'll hold up. Gets the pass over. Another shot from distance. That gets stopped on the way by McPherson. Ryan McPherson back over to his brother Connor. Kept in by Piccolo. Sent back down. That goes hard around the boards. McPherson on the boards. Wood tries to pick it off quickly. Back in the slot. Piccolo takes a shot and ends up right in the glove of Barry as he reads that one. 6:32 remaining now.
Fresh forward, fresh actual five-man unit going onto the ice for Leamington, as London keeping their unit onto the ice as well, as they're going to keep the lines out there with McGowan out there, keeping it tight on the back end.
Face off one, sent back to the blue line. Ends up just sliding past. Coulter will pick it up, tries to get over to McCrimmon. McCrimmon up to Grunder. Over to Scarlett. Scarlett will just throw it into the offensive zone. McGowan will be the first one there. Two Flyers right on top of him. On to Sandovi. Now to Wood. Wood will just dump it in as he goes off for a change. Julian stays out. Now comes to Pace Roth. Pace Roth tries to put it up the wall. That goes off a leg and back in, offside. Nationals going to try to pick up the pace here. Momentum has been skewed mostly on the side of the Flyers for the majority of this third period, as the Nationals have not done too much offensively. Bowers gets stripped of the puck, sent back the other way. Now back up the wall by McKinnon. Across the blue line, still can't keep it in. McKinnon at the blue line gets stolen off his stick. McPherson. Connor McPherson across the blue line. Dish it over to Piccolo. Over to Ryan. Takes a shot off the crossbar and stays out somehow. A goalie's best friend comes to the rescue and saves what could have been a huge turning point goal. Brecky right at the blue line. He has to just go back and regroup as the Flyers still finishing a change. Kovilla. He'll just flip the puck right in onto Barry, and Barry will just hold on and get the offensive face-off for the Flyers.
And Barry's going to be thanking his friends. The posts and crossbars. This one goes up over Barry and then right off the crossbar, and the puck goes right back towards the goal. And a big moment there for the Flyers as they had a split second of thought that they might take the lead there, but once again the crossbar denies.
Ryan McPherson walks into that opportunity, the best scoring opportunity the Flyers have had all period, and doesn't even count as a shot. As puck heads up hitting the netting, so we'll reset again here. Puck will actually come out of the zone. So the Nationals get a bit of reprieve and not have to deal with a defensive zone face-off.
And Dave Matos has rejuggled his lines as he's actually moved Rubrick up onto this top line. He's got Julian out there. And then I can't exactly tell who's on the right, but it looks like Dave Matos has juggled his lines a little bit, trying to create some offense.
Milne's out there as well. Ends up on this, just out of reach of Milne on the play and sent back down. Barry has to make another save from long distance. McGowan up the wall, gets over to Rubrick. Rubrick tries to dish it to Julian. Julian, hard work down to Rubrick. Rubrick tries to bring it out front, can't get a clean shot. Milne will follow it up. Sent around the wall. Heggie comes down to try to play it down to the half wall. Ends up coming out of the zone. Turn back the other way. Milne gets hit hard. He gets taken down to the ice. McGowan to an open Rubrick on the left wing side. Tries to get over to Julian. Rubrick takes a hit, but fights it off. Rubrick again. He can't get a hold of it. Set back up the wall. Flyers will try to break it out of their zone again. Grunder gets it up to the neutral ice, but just out of the reach of Scarlett. Coulter again now. Up to Grunder. Grunder can't handle the pass. Ends up over on McGowan's stick. Oh, McGowan had the go-ahead goal for the Nationals earlier in this game. Thompson will stop it up onto the stick of Sanofi. Now to Pace Roth. Pace Roth tips the ball, puck up the wall, tries to get it to Riley Wood. Wood behind the net, tries to put it up front to Thompson. That gets blocked. McKinnon will keep it in. Sends it hard around the boards, picked up on the far side by Sanofi. Sanofi takes a shot, that gets stopped on the way to the net. Turned back the other way by McPherson. Ryan McPherson over to Connor McPherson. Back to Ryan, just out of his reach. Piccolo will keep it in the offensive zone. Puck loose, Taves, he'll walk in. He takes a shot, that one slides just wide of the net. Piccolo behind the net, puts it out front. Loose puck down low. Nope, Nationals will get a hold of it. Gets it to the red line, but sent right back in the offensive zone by Clark. Taves on the far side. He fights off a hit by McKinnon. Throws it down to McPherson again. McPherson tries to tee up a nice pass to Covillan in the slot. Piccolo battling with McKinnon down low. Nationals hemmed in their own zone for a considerable amount of time. Nationals managed to get one player off the ice. Covillan will just flip it in the offensive zone again. Gets right on to Barry. Barry just wasn't too sure what to do. A little bit of a miscommunication with McGowan out front. O'Reilly lose control. He even had a mix up with Milne. Back in the offensive zone for the Flyers again. Stolen by Milne. Milne works his way, just dancing in a phone booth as he gets the puck the other way for the Nationals. Puck will come out. Flyers across the blue line. Hayden Reed will lead the rush. Behind the net, McGowan applies some pressure. Reed still maintaining possession though. Puck now gets deflected back out on the stick of Taves. Minute 13 remaining here in the third period. Puck gets sent around. McGowan will collect it on the far side. He gets it stopped up right at the hash marks. Back to the blue line, kept in, over to Taves. Into the slot, back to Taves again. Cross ice, long distance shot, ends up right on Barry. Barry makes the save. Nationals going to try to finally clear the zone and will, but sent back in the offensive zone. Nationals get a bit of chance to breathe here as the Flyers had to regroup from being offside. Pass intended for Julian, just out of his reach. Walkarius comes out to play it, sends it over. Flyers will try to clear the zone and will. Up to Connor McPherson. He'll just dump it and change. Down low, quick steal by Scarlett. He'll send behind the net. Back up the wall again. Another shot from distance, that gets blocked. Julian tries to get a hold of it, another block shot. Nationals block everything coming their way. And that's going to do it. We are going to head to overtime here as the Flyers make a huge play to tie the game up here in the third period and force overtime. 4-4 is your score. Shots 38-24 in favor of the Flyers as they dominated this third period.
Absolutely, and they were able to get the lone goal here in period number 3 as they were able to capitalize and find the back of the net, and you'll see it here on this play as they get it down low. It was a good stick lift by the Nationals, but again, Aiden Barry just a little bit out of position, didn't read the cross ice pass over, and the McPherson brothers were able to step up on that play and get this to 4-4. And for the first time this season here at the Western Fair, we are in overtime. So we will have 3-on-3 OT to start, and we will go from there.
Second time. Nationals won their last contest here in overtime. As it's going to be a big moment here. The Nationals, throughout this entire third period, just couldn't get the puck on their sticks as the Flyers just continued to apply tons of pressure. Aiden Barry stood on his head the entire time. Looked fantastic out there for the Nationals. Bryce Walkarius barely seeing any rubber sent his way. The advantage, though, the Nationals get now 3-on-3 action, and we'll see if that opens it up a bit more and gives the Nationals a few more chances.
Absolutely, and a new little wrinkle here for overtime is both teams are on the long change. So you've seen it in the past where you were able to get the short change on the fly, control the puck and make these changes, but now you're on the long change. So now this is now trying to create more offense, trying to get these teams going as we await to get ready here for this overtime frame. Again, London has a 7-game win streak here on the line, trying to maintain first place, and Leamington trying to get back into the second place position here in the Western Conference as we are getting set to go here for this overtime frame.
O'Reilly still has that 10-game goal streak intact currently. Still needs that. If he can get the game winner, it will make it its way to 11 as he will start on the ice with Owen McGowan and Jacob Julian. On the other side, Ryan Clark on the back end for the Flyers, along with both Connor and Ryan McPherson, who have been absolutely dynamite for the Flyers tonight, capitalizing on 2 of the Flyers' goals. The puck is dropped. Flyers will come away with the first possession. McPherson back to Clark. Up to Connor McPherson. Brings it across the blue line. Tries to make his way past Julian. Fights off the hit. Takes a shot and scores! And that's it! Connor McPherson down the left wing side and will put an end to the Nationals' winning streak as the Nationals don't touch the puck once in the period as Connor McPherson beats Aiden Barry on the far side to end the game.
Yeah, just great control there by the Leamington Flyers. As like you mentioned, Kyle, London does not touch the puck once. And a little inside move on Julian. Julian didn't want to take a penalty there, and Aiden Barry gets beat short side low on the glove. And Leamington gets their victory here tonight. Key 2 points for them as they now are tied in points with the St. Mary's Lincoln. St. Mary's will still hold the second position due to the fact that they have less regulation wins, but nonetheless a big win for the Leamington Flyers.
And we'll be back with our final thoughts and the 3 stars after this.
Being a cautious driver isn't just for your own safety, but when animals are struck by vehicles or windows, the head trauma can be beyond reparation and result in further complications, leaving the animal more susceptible to diseases, predators, and mite infestations.
There's hardly any hooks and barbs left on the covert feathers. Fortunately enough, his flight feathers are still intact, but these mites, look at his back feathers here. They're shredded.
It's about sharing and caring. It's about doing and belonging. It's about living life to its fullest. And it's about laughing out loud. We are L'Arche Canada, and we're about witnessing and sharing the gifts of all people. Learn more about us today.
Did you know all the camera operators for tonight's game are volunteers? Rogers TV volunteers learn the skills needed to put on a show, including camera, audio, graphics, and more. If you're interested, visit rogerstv.com/volunteer to sign up. And back here at the Western Fair Sports Center, the Leamington Flyers coming away with a 5-4 victory in overtime over the London Nationals in dramatic fashion as Connor McPherson comes down hard on the left wing side. Nationals don't touch the puck at all in overtime, and you will see what happened right here. Just comes down, avoids the hit by Julian, and makes no mistake, beats Barry right full of love. And as we said just before we came back from break, Jeremy, that's a goal Barry wants to have back.
Absolutely. I mean, for Barry, you're kind of cheating a little bit towards the right-hand side, not expecting McPherson to shoot towards that far side. But again, it beats him underneath the glove, just above the pad. The perfect shooting place for McPherson. He stepped up big in period number 3 and in overtime, getting the 2 key points that Leamington wanted.
I think overall throughout this game, one thing I noticed was I think the aggressive physicality the Nationals came out with ended up being their downfall in this contest, as that's a play normally we see Jacob Julien go for a poke check or at least keep with his man, goes for the hit, gets burned, costs them that extra point on the standings. So not what we normally see out of this Nationals team.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I'm sure that's something that Dave Matsos talked before the game, is the physicality of this game, knowing that Leamington likes to play that physical style. And, for London, they normally like to provide the offense and the skill. And tonight they weren't able to provide that. We talked about how that top line was really quiet in tonight's game, and it proved to cost them here tonight, hence why the overtime loss to Leamington.
Absolutely, and they'll be in tight next week as we have another big game. As we send it down to Jaci for our 3 stars. Jaci?
Thanks, Kyle and Jeremy. The Leamington Flyers wrap up tonight's rivalry game in a 5-4 overtime victory against your London Nationals. As we head into our 3 stars of the game tonight, sitting at number 3, Ryan Rubrick. Our 2nd star, your London Nationals captain, Owen McGowan. And our 1st star with the game-winning goal, Connor McPherson. We will see you next Wednesday when the Nationals face off against the St. Mary's Lincoln here on Rogers TV.
Is this one endangered in Ontario?
So this is a species of special concern in Ontario, which all of our turtle species are species at risk in Ontario. We're worried about all of them.
This little guy's obviously pretty small, but how big do snapping turtles get? They're like one of the biggest, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. So they can get as big as like a garbage can lid.
Wow! So they get pretty big. I bet they live pretty long too.
Yes, a lot of snapping turtles can actually live to be over 100 years old.
Wow, little dinosaurs.
For sure.
All right, what's up next?
Our 3rd turtle of the day is gonna be the map turtle.
Woo! Well, aren't these guys just adorable? How did they get their name?
So these, our little map turtles, are called map turtles because the lines on their bodies look like the contour lines on topographic maps.
So I've always been curious, what do turtles eat?
So these little guys, when they're this young, they're gonna be looking more at insects, and then as they grow up, they're gonna be looking for mussels, clams, and crayfish.
Oh wow,
all
really
the crunchy
stuff.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound the most delicious, but okay.
Once you get in the inside though,
True.
they're nice and soft.
Well, we did chat about mussels in episode 1, so that will be a good way to kind of learn more about what turtles eat and, I don't know, how an ecosystem works together.
Yeah, it's very interconnected always.
I was wondering, Sarah, if you could show us the right way on releasing some turtles.
Sure, let me grab my bucket of turtles.
Well, Sarah, I was wondering what you kind of look for. What do you think about when you're releasing baby turtles?
When I'm releasing them, I'm looking for a place that I think they're gonna be safe. So we wanna make sure that they go somewhere that they're gonna be safe from predators, both wild and human. So sometimes, young turtles, even old turtles, even turtle eggs are collected by poachers. So when we release our turtles, we don't tell anyone the location of the release site. Same for the nesting sites. We don't tell them where they nest just to protect them. And when I'm selecting my site, I'm looking for a nice vegetated area where the turtles can hide under the vegetation, where there's some muck maybe for them to squish into to hide.
Yeah, I'm assuming that little guys like that look pretty delicious to a lot of predators.
Oh, for
so
sure.
Getting them under vegetation is a priority. Awesome, well, let's see a preview. Well, I just wanted to say thank you, Aaron, Craig, and Sarah, for sharing your captive hatch and release program with me. And I really appreciate the work you're doing, as I'm sure everyone does. And yeah, thanks for joining us and sharing some baby turtles with us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. How many native species of turtles call Ontario home?
Online betting is booming. Booyah! Woo! Oh yeah! You could win big! But you could also lose. There is risk with online gambling, and that's a reality nobody's shouting about. Learn about safer play at knowtherisks.ca.
This time of year, waterfowl hunters are out, and we encourage them to come out and enjoy their sport. We want them to be safe as well. This time of year, the water is cold and the air is cold, so it's very important to have all your safety gear, have a plan, and let somebody know the plan and when you're going to be back. Always carry a cell phone fully charged and wear your life jacket. Hunters can hunt 30 minutes after sunset. But as soon as the sun goes down, when you're out on a boat, you have to have your navigational lights on when operating. We want to see people out here with their lights on so they can avoid a collision with other hunters. When you're out hunting, it's your obligation to know the rules and the regulations. For more information and to find these regulations, visit the ontario.ca website.
How many native species of turtles call Ontario home? 8 species of turtles call Ontario home. They are the Blandings turtle, the eastern musk turtle, the northern map turtle, the painted turtle, snapping turtle, spiny softshell turtle, spotted turtle, and the wood turtle. Since we filmed the first portion of this episode, I was updated by St. Clair Conservation Authority on their 2022 field season and turtle numbers. We can see the data from 2016 to 2022 for Blandings, map, painted, snapping, softshell, and spotted turtles. Just to recap, Blandings turtles are listed as threatened in Ontario, northern map turtles are listed as special concern, painted turtles are listed as special concern, snapping turtles are listed as special concern, spiny softshell turtles are listed as endangered, and spotted turtles are listed as endangered. Now, the difference between these terms like special concern, threatened, and endangered really comes down to the severity of the threats facing these turtles, as well as their population numbers. We remember extinct means a species that no longer exists, extirpated is a species that no longer exists in the wild in Ontario, but occurs elsewhere. Endangered is a species facing imminent extirpation or extinction, like the spiny softshell, who's endangered in Ontario but can still be found throughout the United States. Threatened is a species that is likely to become endangered if limiting factors are not reversed. And finally, special concern is a species that, because of certain characteristics, it is particularly sensitive to human activities or natural events. So to circle back to the graph, today we're going to focus on spiny softshell, and by this graph we can see that the amount of hatchlings being released in the wild is increasing. So this makes us believe that the population is booming, which is the ultimate goal, but unfortunately we're not there yet. This graph is showing that skill and effort of our biologists and the people working in the field is increasing. So they're being able to understand spiny soft shells a bit better. So they can find the nesting areas better. They can realize when and where they nest every year. So our biologists are getting better at finding the hatchlings and then therefore incubating them and releasing them. There's still a lot of obstacles that these eggs face, which one is predation. And predation means predators. So this could be coyotes, skunks, raccoons, or foxes. And predation at these known sites for St. Clair Conservation is up to 99%. So this means that if St. Clair biologists are not able to collect the eggs, those eggs have a 1% chance of surviving that night. So these predators have such a great sense of smell and ability to find the eggs that 99% of the time, they will find the eggs. So our biologists are able to get there more often now to collect those eggs. Some people think the solution is just to remove predators from the scenario, but we actually have to solve other threats first. Other threats that face our native turtles is development along our shorelines and rivers, which actually allow for these predator populations to flourish as they do well in human-impacted landscapes. Other threats include fishing bycatch, boat collisions, illegal poaching or the pet trade, and disturbance and loss of habitat, whether it's from increased agricultural and recreational use, trampled by other animals like cows, or the introduction of invasive species like Phragmites. Without mitigation of these threats, the population and the species as a whole is still at risk of declining. And even what our biologists do in the field by finding the eggs and incubating them is a last-ditch effort. We still have to mitigate these threats to help our populations of turtles. Another way that St. Clair does this is their stewardship team works with farmers and landowners for implementing best management practices on their farming landscape, as well as habitat improvement projects like wetlands or fencing along riverbeds so the cows can't get in the river. All of these efforts help our turtle populations. So thanks to the St. Clair Conservation team for providing that update on their 2022 field season. And to wrap up this episode, I wanted to tell you about a great organization. So the Ontario Turtle Conservation Centre, which is a non-for-profit up in Peterborough, which is a bit too far to have on the show, but I wanted to tell you about them anyways. They are an organization that works to educate the public about turtles and their importance to our environments, as well as they work to protect and conserve turtles and their habitats. They also operate a turtle hospital. And they're a non-for-profit, so this means they're always looking for volunteers, whether that is volunteering at their hospital with whatever they need, maybe even education outreach events, or even they have the Turtle Taxi program. And that means if you're in a certain area of Ontario and someone reaches out to the OTCC about a hurt turtle, and you're nearby, you can literally bring the turtle closer to the hospital in any way. And if that's not cool, I don't know what is. They also share lots of fun facts about turtles on their website and social media. And I'm a big fan of fun facts. So here's one on the eastern spiny softshell turtle. Did you know that the spiny softshell, like the snapping turtle actually, can't bring its arms and legs in their shell like a painted turtle? They just don't have the room or actually a full shell on their belly. So predators know to flip them on their backs, and that way they can get at their fatty bits. But our spinies have adapted and have incredibly long necks that they can actually use to flip themselves back over and scurry away from their predators. Another way you can help our native turtle species is helping them cross the road. Road mortality is one of the biggest threats facing our turtles today. Remember to only do so if it's safe for yourself. And then if you're still kind of afraid to touch a turtle, which is okay, try and find a branch or even the snow brush from your car and put it in the turtle's face, and it'll actually grab onto that and you can kind of drag it across the road. And always remember to put the turtle into the direction that it's already traveling. They know where they're going. Finally, we have a video from the Ontario Turtle Conservation Centre on different techniques on how to carry a turtle across the road. Thanks for joining me today, and until next time, see you in nature.
Hi, welcome to the Ontario Turtle Conservation Centre. Today we're going to talk about how to safely help a turtle cross the road. I have a beautiful snapping turtle here, and he's just about to cross the road. I'm going to show you exactly. Always approach a snapping turtle from behind, never from the front. So I'm going to use what I call the pizza lifting method. I'm going to go behind the turtle, put my hand on his shell, raise him up, and slide my hand underneath to support all of his weight. as you can see, my hand is safely away from the snapping turtle, staying away from the business end, and the business end is his head, and my hand is underneath his belly. So I'm supporting all of his weight on the plastron. Now I'm going to release the snapping turtle, and we're going to do that one more time. Approach the snapping turtle, 2 hands. One, you're going to grab here, right over top of the left hind leg, grab, slide underneath, and lift at the same time. Always carry the snapping turtle with his head pointed away from you. Always take a turtle in the direction that the turtle was facing. You do not want to turn the turtle around and take it back to the pond. They know where they want to go and the reasons why. Now, this time of year, they're looking for mates or they're traveling to their summer residence. So always take them in the direction that they're facing, just safely across the road, put them on the other side. Now there is one more method that I'm going to show you. I'm going to approach the snapping turtle. This is 2 hands, approach it, and the only place that you're going to put your hands on the snapping turtle is at the back, over top of their 2 hind legs. So I'm going to approach the snapping turtle now, always from behind. My hands are going to go right here, grab, and lift like that. So you can see my hands are safely out of the way. Carry the turtle across, put him on the side of the road in the direction that the turtle was heading. Always maintain your safety, always look both ways. Make sure there are no cars coming. Your safety comes first. Thank you.
I have here just a common compass. I have some flagging tape on it that's bright orange just in case I drop it. It's easy to find. With compasses, you do have to hold them straight out in your palm, nice and flat. And then this part is the one that moves around and it has the degrees on it. So 0 to 360 degrees. And it has north, south, east, and west on the sides, but it moves, and that's because you want to line up this red arrow with the red arrow that's actually pointing to north. So if I have this red arrow, it's actually pointing to the east. So I want to move it around to point north, and that'll give me the correct way and how to tell the degrees. So at the beginning of your hike, maybe just when you get to the trail, take out your compass and take note of where you are in what direction, and then as you hike along, maybe keep it in the back of your mind of which direction you are going and everything like that. So if you do become lost, you can use a compass to hopefully find your way out.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
Watching hockey just got a power play with NHL Center Ice and Super Sports Pack. With up to 37 out-of-market NHL games a week, you'll always catch your favorite team no matter where you live. Whether it's big matchups you're looking for or following your top fantasy picks, it's all here. NHL Center Ice, part of the Rogers Super Sports Pack. All this for only $35.95 a month. Order through your remote on Channel 450 or call 1-888-ROGERS-1 today.
When an impaired driver killed my brother DJ, my life changed forever. During the pandemic, all of our lives changed, and many of us turned to alcohol and drugs to cope. As life returns to normal, the increase in substance use from COVID has lingered, and some police services report an increase in impaired driving that caused heartbreak and devastation. Now, more than ever, we need your commitment to never drive impaired, and to encourage all of your family and friends to do the same. Together, we can save lives.
This is Rogers TV,